Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Awesome Talk, Season 6, Episode 12, the Season 6 finale. Thank you for joining us this evening. As you can see, we got a very, very small crowd tonight. It's a very tightly knit group here tonight.
I like to think of it as
we're so
intimate.
We're microfiber.
Yeah, exactly.
Billy Mays here for OxyClean.
Oh God, don't
Alright,
with
so-
this shit.
I did that for you.
Way to ruin the show. Okay, good night, everybody.
Yeah.
This has been the season finale.
Yeah. All right, so let's do an around the bar and introduce ourselves. My name is Rick.
I'm Ryan.
Tony.
Sarah. Beebs.
I hear stuff.
I hear stuff.
It's not from me. It's your laptop, I think.
It is.
All right.
You stupid bastard.
I'm in between everything here.
The space-time paradox.
Yeah. The something cast is in the room. What's up,
Fuck
guys?
me, I knew I'd be trapped in infinity here.
Well, there's worse places to be trapped in infinity.
I guess.
Where?
The bottom of a
In this
gorilla
seat
zoo
next
in
to him.
Cincinnati.
There you go. Yes. If you're a gorilla, yes. So we were just talking about before. Were you here? Did you hear the Ghostbusters conversation, the animated series that's coming out?
No, is it three lesbians fighting
No, it takes place in 2050.
2050? So is the original
future
Space Ghostbusters
Ghostbusters.
110 years old? Or
No, it's just future Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
so like what kind of ghosts are they busting? They bust
Future
people from
ghosts.
things like Kanye show up
It's for
like
people
Yeah.
who haven't even died yet.
Kanye show up.
Tron ghosts are out
right,
there.
Exactly.
Well, that's good news for us. It means Kanye does die at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so they're coming out with a series, but like Dan Aykroyd said the new movie's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's right.
Now
Dan Aykroyd-
I
Yeah,
don't
but how
know.
much do you think they paid Dan
Oh,
Aykroyd?
yeah,
Dan
for
Aykroyd,
that
well,
shit?
of course, Dan Aykroyd's got a piece of the franchise.
Dan
dude.
Aykroyd said Blues Brothers
Right,
2000
right.
was going to be good too.
I think that the animated series
I want a
is
rerun,
probably
like-
going to be.
It's going to be an Adult Swim Ghostbusters because that'll go for it.
I doubt it. Sony's making
I've been
it.
watching Brickleberry. Have you watched that at all?
No, I want to.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's weird.
God, that
It's
shit
really
is
weird,
great.
yeah.
Now it's like it's like
I've
Family
seen-
Guy meets Always Sunny with a little Parks and Rec in it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
over the top, and they just hate on everybody. It's
Yeah,
completely
it's
racist
very-
against
it's very
white guys,
weird.
black guys, Korean
Daniel
guys,
Tosh.
sexist. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Daniel Tosh and what's her name, Caitlin.
Oh right,
McCrory
that's
from,
Daniel Tosh's show, right? Yeah, he
It is?
produces that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's her name
then
from,
it's probably good.
Caitlin,
Yeah.
what's her name from Always Sunny, who plays Dee?
Yeah.
the
Oh
chick.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's fucking.
No,
crazy.
it's-
Caitlin
it's-
Olsen, yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
Caitlin
been,
Olsen.
have you been getting into Rick and Morty at all? Have you watched any of it?
No, I
yet?
haven't watched that at all.
I
I've been
saw. I
watching
loved
the
it.
Brickleberry.
The second season was
I'm
very
obsessed
strange.
with
I liked
Columbo,
it
and that's
though.
been
It
on
was good.
Netflix, so I was watching every season over and over again.
Excellent. I can't wait for more. Like,
Well, they're expediting the third season. They're moving it ahead faster because the popularity of the show is like starting to happen.
off.
It's close to
You
the
know?
space-time continuum.
Yeah, I remember I watched season 1 when it came out, and I was just like, "This is so fucking strange, man! It's so great.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful, but
all the
nobody's
pieces
gonna
are
like
weird.
it." And then say season 2
Okay.
came out, and people really started liking it. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna
Fucked
keep
up that
it."
Season 2 is like real deep and depressing.
Yeah,
and
it
dark.
is. It's
There
Well,
are
that's
some
usually
dark
what happens.
moments,
And the
man.
first-
The end
one
of
is
season
like-
1 too. You could see it start to happen in season
there's
1.
a
You
great
know?
big shift in
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
There's some things about Rick that make him such a great character though, because in every other universe where he sees all the other Ricks, like they always say nobody cares about Morty's. Like their
Yeah,
Morty is
yeah.
their like Morty's their protection. Well,
Yeah.
yo, what's up, Tattoo Bananas? What's going on, man?
Hello.
Yeah, and something cast
And
is in
yep.
there.
And
Tattooed bananas. Is that like ink on
Hey,
your tits?
and Regina Phalange. That's a fucking great fucking name. Good job.
but yeah, the greatest moment for Rick, I think, though, is when he kills the Jelly Bean King. Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you see the second season?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, the Jelly Bean King is the guy that tries to rape Morty in the bathroom.
Yeah, I
And-
remember.
Don't spoil too much.
I don't want to spoil it.
I will be
Don't
watching
spoil
it.
I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, but Rick is a very complex character.
It's great. Yeah. Well, they're all very too. Like I thought it was really good. I think the father and the mother relationship, like when they're off doing their thing, and the husband, Ricky, Morty's
Jerry and
yeah. I think that was fascinating too. That was really funny.
It gets painful and old fast. Like,
Yeah.
How many times is she gonna be like, "Oh my god, are we having this conversation?" It's
Yeah.
like, yes, you have it in every fucking episode. Like, stop acting like it's a revelation. Like you didn't realize you hated your husband. That's all that you do.
I like the ones that I like that though because it's kind of like they can always do an episode where they just kind of exploit I love the the one episode where where Morty invented the love serum, and everybody was in love with Morty, and the zombie, they all became zombies and took over, and then they fled, and in the whole while, it's the one episode where Morty's dad becomes this fucking badass and rescues his mom, and they love each other again, and then they erase that time, It's fucking it's so great,
So good.
It's so funny,
So good.
I love that fucking aspect of it. All the other characters, because of how deep they go with all their plots. All the other characters are open for upgrades at any given time. It's a really cool show. That's one of my favorite things about it.
So, a lot of crazy shit has gone on in the world since we last had a show too. Beyond TV.
Word.
The Pulse shooting.
Yeah.
In Florida. That's a clusterfuck.
Oh, that is they just get worse and worse, those mass shootings, don't they?
It's a fucked up situation, man, because the way. Hey, Stones, what's up?
Oh!
Hey,
what's up, Captain?
Welcome to the show.
It's like Bachelor number 3.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's up? You're Bachelor number 3.
Does that mean is this part of the contest?
Yeah.
Who's my
Yeah.
date?
So somebody gonna suck my dick?
Who are we fighting over?
Bachelor number 3 is.
No.
We just started talking about the Pulse Club shootings in Florida.
The what club?
The mass shooting in Florida.
Oh yeah, no, the mass shooting. What did you call it?
The club is called
The
Pulse.
club was
Oh, Pulse. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's kind of ironic, but I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But the
have none.
Yeah, now you're connected to that.
But the media spin on the way it's spun in so many different directions. I thought it was really disturbing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They've
taken it was creepy when when they would just cover it for days and days and days and days on end. You know what I mean? And that you could see anything else. And it was creepy enough like that, and now it's every 15 minutes somebody has to rewrite the whole story of what happened and everything. It's just wow,
I'm just happy that they're
this is
kind of
amazing.
this seems to be the start of them disassociating the Muslim factor of a mass shooting. They're starting to.
But they tried it first.
Yeah,
they
tried
did.
like hell
But that's
not
what I'm
to,
saying.
yeah.
It's like this is the first time we're actually starting to see them reel back from that because of the backlash from public. Saying,
because the
it's
guy,
some asshole.
it's just some dickhead,
right? Yeah,
who
Like,
said
they were
some
like,
shit.
everybody knew who he was. He's been going there for 3 years. And the first thing I thought was, it just sounds like a guy who is pissed off
Yeah,
at
of course.
someone else.
Well, most of these
and
things
then
are.
today, it came out that he was pissed off at his ex or some shit because he caught a disease from one of them and said he was gonna fucking have them pay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I read that somewhere today, and I was like, dude.
I mean, if it's HPV, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
right.
if you shot 50 people over some HPV, you're a real fucking nutcase.
Get over it. Walk it off.
All right,
You know?
got shots for that, man. You'll be all right.
But the fact that
You'll live a long, long life and infect many, many more people.
But the fact that they immediately were like, it's ISIS related. I was
Of
like,
course.
and then
But
ISIS
then
goes,
they said
yeah,
that.
that's us. And it's like, yeah, of course they're going to say
Of
that.
course, yeah,
Anything
sure.
that happens here that fucks us all up, they're going to
Of
go,
course.
yeah, we'll take credit for that.
The
Why
people
not?
who accused them were right there to fucking post it on the ISIS website, right?
Ready to go. Ready to go.
I like all the political. The other thing I like about it is how all the political figures that have been anti-gay are now they're just people just like us, and,
Yeah.
and they're calling them all out on it.
Yeah, right.
Didn't you block all this legislation?
Yeah,
saying
right.
that gay marriage was unconstitutional. unconstitutional. They're like, no, it's not the point. It's just
it's right. It's not
defending the
the point.
Constitution.
Everyone.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
That was going to be completely inappropriate.
You not be.
Is that wait, what?
Well, not
That must
totally.
be really.
Yeah, it must be bad. Now I'm dying to hear
But
it.
it is kind of twisted to me that it wasn't initially called a hate crime before anything else. Like
that was kind of weird.
Like when
No,
they
it's
didn't
just
have the
called
facts.
terrorism.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
it is terrorism.
It is.
It is,
But
but-
it's all those things.
But to choose that club,
Well, anytime you mow 8 people down, it's just hate involved.
Yeah, it's just terrible. Like, back
At
in
a
the day,
minimum, you're hating yourself.
yeah.
back in the day, they would just stamp the word tragedy on it and move on with their fucking lives.
Well, we had real stuff to report on.
Fucking people died. That's a tragedy. All right, I gotta go to work in the
Like
morning.
the Dark Ages, like the Vikings.
They were shouting from bell towers.
It's another day of work.
As a guy with a horn on a fucking hilltop, screaming the news to the townspeople,
Smoke signals from the plains of the Iowa plains.
all in Latin. Only the rich people know the news. Fucking.
But yeah, but initially they try to. But it's just, dude, like it made me want to quit Facebook because what.
Oh, maybe that's why I had that because I really haven't been on
Facebook.
Facebook in weeks, man. I'm just so tapered
Good
off
for
on
you.
Facebook, man. I got no
because
time for it, man.
it's immediately an argument about gun control versus no gun control versus,
that
this is
skyrocketed
ISIS,
immediately,
and it's
yeah.
like, dude, this is just a psychopath with a gun. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with one side or the other when it comes to gun control. If you actually sit down and pay attention, the arguments on both sides both make a lot of sense.
Sure, of course.
It's
That's why it's hard to find a resolution.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because we don't look at most of the people that land in the middle of common sense. We look at the fringe on the outside of both topics that are both over
Well, if
the
that's
top.
the case, though, I mean, what's the deal with abortions? I mean, what are you going to land in the middle on that?
I land on a yes. I land on a yes, but I don't. But that's an argument between extremes too.
Yeah, well,
If you listen to the more middle of both sides, okay. So like when it comes to abortion, right?
Yeah, where's the logic?
Where's the logic? Well, on the one hand, it is your body. You do what you want with it. I understand that, okay? And you're right to say that. On the other hand, when you have people saying that they're anti-abortion, they put the nutcases on TV, but they don't talk to people who think clearly. They just think they're helping. So you have a lot of people, if you believe in religion, who look at that and they go, I just don't want to hurt anybody, and that's what they think. They're not right, but that's what they think that they're doing. So it's like if you have people who learn more and communicate more, I think you could solve those issues better than just pinning the most extreme versus the most extreme on TV against each other like everything's a fucking WWE wrestling match.
Yeah, but it's America and we treat everything like that.
Well,
Yes.
it wouldn't
It's
be
just like the
entertaining
Running
if we
Man.
didn't.
Because, like,
How else can we
everything's a
ignore
fucking
what Congress
theater.
is doing?
Because it sounds
That's
boring.
why
It sounds
politicians
politics.
get plastic surgery and fucking dye their hair. Like,
Yeah.
it's all just a stupid show.
Yeah.
Even politics doesn't talk about that, and they talk do that anymore. They're all fucking.
I'll buy that for $1, right?
WWE.
Was that the quote from that movie, Richard Dawson? I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's but again, you can't be shocked. I mean, every time something like
Yeah,
that happens,
here's what happens when you got
see
here's-
newscasters salivating. You know what I mean?
Here's why it
Like-
goes to the extremes, dude. Because the middle ground, it's an unwinnable side from each side.
Yeah,
Each
sure.
side has each side has fucking reasonable arguments, and it's not a winnable argument. There's no clear winner. So when you put the extremists on, you just rally the fucking troops to one side or the other, trying to tip the scales. It's not, but there's no reasonable like you said. You got people in there trying to do everything. But then also you don't ever see the it might be more effective for them to actually talk to women who've had abortions. I don't know,
Sure.
one woman who's had abortion, she's completely derelict, that does not dream about her dead baby. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And that's something that,
Sure.
being more informed on the situation, you got a right to do it, because it's not just your body, it's your life too. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You can give it up, but again, it's all about the extremes is what makes the ratings, and that's what
Right.
we're like
And that is a good point too, because it really is about the ratings. I mean, and it used to be about the. You said on I think you said on Ice in the Face, Sarah. You were like when we were kids, Tom Brokaw came on at night and he told you the fucking news.
Yeah, Walter
he just
Cronkite
told you what the fuck
told-
was
right.
going on, and that was it.
Right, didn't editorialize. Editorials are very clear. I'm Richard Hughes, director of Channel 11 News. This does not necessarily reflect, this is an editorial. This is not the news.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see. Speaking of extremists and newsmen, you know, like people who read the news, I want to see like a real manic depressive bipolar motherfucker reading the news. So like just to watch the roller coaster on a daily.
That's how most people get bipolar.
It's like the Family Guy thing where they go to another dimension and everyone has two heads. That's one is happy and one is sad. And they have the news reporters giving the news, and it was exactly like that.
Yeah, so today there were some fucking shooters, and it's a sad tragedy, but fuck you. Yeah. It's a psycho on one side of humanitarian.
Like one day their hair's all fucking disheveled, and the next day they're all like, you know, doing their job to their fullest.
I'll tell you what, it would get ratings. It would get ratings because
Are you talking about struggles?
everybody would just wonder what's coming that night.
Right.
Like, what version of this guy are we gonna get? Is he gonna be drunk and like have his shirt collar all ripped open, or like, you know? Sarah,
It's
can
like
you
a
read?
Glenn Beck episode?
Can you read some of the chat? I can't see it because I don't have my glasses with me. What have we got?
Starting from
Well, the 911.
the 911 call was pretty blatant about why he was doing it. If he was trying to skew the real reason, then that's even more fucked, regardless of the terminology. Hate crime, anti-LGBTQ ISIS, committing an act. Why are you pointing up? Jesus, an act to strike fear into a group of people is terrorism. God, now I have to watch two more of you pointing up. We don't have guns in the UK, but we still get shooting, so it doesn't matter what the rules are because anyone can get a gun.
Yeah.
Rational
Well, that's always
voters
been the
on
most
TV
cogent
don't get
argument
eyeballs on the screen, therefore
against
no
gun control.
advertising.
My problem
Is that when guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns.
Well, yeah, but my
And
only
the
problem
government.
with that is that,
Right.
but the point
Well,
is like,
and so is the government outlaws?
no, but that's the only reason that I kind of like. Okay, fine, but if you can't, but that doesn't mean that you can't make it more difficult to get away with
And the
carrying
government doesn't
one.
need guns; they have sonic disruptors.
You know what I mean?
right.
That doesn't mean
Guns
you
are
can't,
primitive for them now.
Exactly.
Like it's
Yeah.
you
So
know,
you might as well
you make things
We
a
put
might
little
as well,
oil
yeah.
and catapult.
Dude, I get a
Right.
high-powered laser. Leave the guns in the fucking past.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
But
like,
the- you
look,
know-
dude. What if the thing is like, oh, I need them to protect myself and my home and my property, whatever. Okay, fine. But if you get caught on the street with it, we're shooting at you.
Let me
like,
tell you
the
something.
or we're fucking taking you
This
directly to fucking jail, and you're being
This
like,
is what I
you
believe.
brought your gun out into public.
It's like weed.
Like, you know, that
Yes.
way,
They
if
collect
anybody
the
can be
5-4s in
arrested
your
in
house.
public
Yeah.
with a gun. But if you want them in your house to protect yourself, fine.
Right, and
You
I
know
agree
what I
with
mean?
that,
Like,
but here's
then
the,
you really have to mean it. If you're
Here's
on
what's
the street
happening.
with a gun, there's no gray area anymore. You intend to hurt somebody.
if you look let's pretend that this country is two sides. It's conservative and liberal, which it isn't. It's all over the place.
Yeah, of course, most
But-
people are in the middle, man.
But most people can agree that things are pretty fucked up right now, and that the government is doing a lot of lying, no matter where you lie on that
Yeah,
on
because
that line,
it's,
right?
about, it's about
so
right. It's about public opinion, which is always going to be all over the place. It's a melting
sure.
pot.
So if we can all agree that that no matter who's doing it, no matter whether you blame Trump or Clinton or Obama or whoever you blame,
How'd you blame them?
We
had
all-
a part in it. I mean, they had a part in it, but not.
just
much.
let me get this out. No matter who you blame, everybody seems to be pretty much on the same page that things are fucked up and that people are lying and they are cheating and stealing. Everyone seems pretty clear on that, right? So I think when you live in a time where people are calling for gun control, the fear from people who own guns is, I see a pattern of civil rights being stripped away,
Yeah.
and now is a really bad time.
Fourth Amendment, Second
You know?
Amendment. Second Amendment is like the last one of the last ones left. You know.
Yeah, right. Right. But the thing is, people still act like that shit's all intact, dude.
Is it time to rewrite?
Who acts like it's intact?
People act like
A lot of blood for that.
People who can't read.
Constitution.
no. What I'm saying
Are we
is,
talking like people backed by the Koch brothers?
Too much blood.
well,
has been
yeah.
spilled to say anything bad about that piece of documentation.
What aggravates me though is that people act so concerned all of a sudden about protecting rights that they gave away over 40 years ago.
No, 10 years ago, or with 9/11, man.
9/11.
The Patriot Act
Yeah,
is when
of
it
course.
decimated the Bill of
Well,
Rights.
that
Yeah,
spiked
sure.
it up, but that shit happens all the time. You know what I mean? Like before that, I mean,
No, but
the
it was
country
law
was
after
bought
that,
and
dude. It was
sold.
Right.
law.
The politics was bought and sold for long before that. That was the evolution.
Well, yeah, well, that was the
of
endpoint.
fact that people stopped giving a fuck about the country they live in.
9/11 was about getting the defense business back in business.
Exactly, yeah.
Look at page
Right.
211 of rebuilding America. Fucking
Right.
the whatever the
Yeah.
fuck with the neocons. Signed by everyone from William F. Buckley to fucking to Dick Cheney,
Right.
You know, saying that without a Pearl Harbor like event, the defense business is tanked, and that's what we do in this country.
Exactly.
We don't make anything. We don't make oil. We don't make steel. We don't do anything.
Guns.
We make trouble and burgers.
Can I respond to him? He said rational voices on TV don't get eyeballs on the screen, therefore no advertising dollars. Let me just say respond to that, because at first when I read that, dude, I don't know if that's Robert James, but as soon as I read that, I agreed with you, and then all of a sudden I changed my mind because I thought about guys like Jon Stewart, guys who say a lot of rational things.
But you know, Jon Stewart's a comedian. Don't ever forget that, dude. Jon Stewart's a comedian. I understand that's, and it's a sad state when that's where you're getting your real news from. Okay, but he's a comedian first and foremost.
Yeah, but don't you kind of feel like modern day comedians are philosophers?
Well, comedians, well, they've always been, you know. I mean, Richard Pryor, fucking not modern days.
The court jester always had a way of making the king look like a fucking fool. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
But it's still not news. It's from he has an agenda, dude.
Yeah, of course he does.
Absolutely.
And that's my point. News is supposed to be unbiased, and that's what I thought we were discussing was how journalism's gone to the wayside and the altar of the almighty dollar. You know?
Yeah, and I think right now, during this election, what we're really seeing too for the first time is we are seeing the death of mainstream news a little bit. Not in the level we need to, but you've got Fox, CNN, MSNBC, and then beneath that now you have Vice, Democracy Now!, the Young Turks, RT. All of a sudden there's this new news movement that's rising.
It's about the reinvention of the printing press. It's the internet. It's pocket.
And they're falling behind the big ones.
But
well, it's
the thing about that. The illusion is that all of those independent news sources are taking over and like got more power. But that's not what it really was. What it really was all the mainstream news organizations killed themselves, and then something replaced it just inevitably. Because they could still have easily been the number one source and most trusted fucking whatever. All they had to do was not fucking be paid off.
Well, here's the thing: is that they've let pedigree go by the wayside. Which journalism used to be a pedigree sort of thing for exciting fucking. You know, and as humans, we're always going to take the excitement. And they realize that, and that's you know. And look, man, we've been around 200 years, 250 years. That's nothing. It's a drop in the fucking bucket. I was thinking about that today, man. You know, in the grand scheme of things, we're getting exactly what we asked for. Bring it on, man.
This country's
like 2016. The natural course of history. Yeah. Actually, we're doing the worst job of it because, like you said, 250 years.
The only thing is that we have a real record of it now. You know? We're not relying on Grandpa to tell us how it was back when Octavius came and mounted raided the chalet.
This right now is like our country is like an angry, rebellious teenager.
No, more like a zit on an angry rebellious teenager about to burst and fucking deplete itself, man. It's more what it's like.
Sure.
You know, it's
I think honestly,
of stress.
I think it's still more like an angry 5-year-old. You know,
I
wouldn't give us teenager status yet because you can talk to teenagers every once in a while.
Murders.
The only reason we don't get attacked is because of that too. The only reason we don't get attacked
is because they know we don't make any goddamn sense. We're children,
and we kill everything.
Yeah,
we're also on the other side of the world, which is to our advantage. But for a while, but that's the problem that's the fear with ISIS and all that, because that brings the shit to the malls, into the clubs, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's shit that people in Lebanon have been dealing with. In Ireland, they were dealing with that in the 70s.
Sure.
It was white people arguing with white people. So yes, it was bad, but just don't go there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Here, we'll name a drink after it. You know. And now there's in Lebanon and Beirut. You know. And that's been going on forever there. But now since that's where our attentions have shifted. You know. And it's insidious, man. But we've trained most of these fucking terrorists. They came from our fucking training ground.
Right.
You know.
Sure.
There's a pot of oil, fucking.
We gave them the guns on top of it.
No shit, man.
Yeah, dude.
When the Russians, when the Afghan war happened in the 70s, I got friends who were driving cabs that were part of in the 1980 late 70s, the Afghan-Russian war, that were interpreters for the United States, for the CIA back, and they were given a free ride to come here and ride cabs. They don't pay taxes. They fucking give them a shitload of cash. They're the point is that we've always been the ones pulling the fucking strings.
Sure.
You know, and we took over from the British Empire. You know, don't fool yourself. We're still kicking back to the British Empire.
Oh, well,
exactly. I never thought there was any
the only thing we won in the revolution was the right to farm the land and fish the seas. And they said, and when the Constitution came into effect, they said, look, anything that was a pre-existing contract is still in effect. Which meant in 1604, when the Bank of England funded these settlers to come to Virginia and Jamestown, those contracts are kicking still back, and the Bank of England has a tax ID, and we kick money back to them all the time.
Right.
You know, and that is what drives everything is money.
Sure, money.
And so that's you know.
Wealth is what drives everything.
Well, no, wealth's in the back seat. Money's driving wealth around.
And money is an interesting concept in and of itself.
Fuck the Dutch.
Dude, because money is
like a paint, but leave the fucking money alone. I'd rather be tricked. You know what Wampum was? Wampum was muscles out of fucking shells.
Yeah,
man.
right.
It was the meat out of a shell.
Because food is fucking valuable, man.
No shit.
Dude,
they convinced an entire planet that little circles and paper are the most valuable
How
fucking
fucked
thing
up
in the
is
world.
it?
Well, here's the thing.
People allergic to shellfish. What would I do?
What would you do?
I just have to be poor by default. You're rich enough to hire some
You'd be on
money
some
holder.
made-up lower tier of society where
Or
you
sacrifice to some made-up god.
Some giant
Some
fucking
volcano.
muscle in the sky.
We're just
I would just
left to be torn asunder under the wheels of progress.
This is not a good breeder.
Yes, this is faulty.
I heard
This
a financial
model must
expert.
be eviscerated.
I heard a financial expert say the one thing that's going to be important when the shit hits the fan is not going to be gold, it's not going to be water, it's going to be scotch and toilet paper.
And water.
You know?
Yeah. What else have we got going on in the chat? Everyone wants to be. Holy shit! There's a lot of conversation going on here. Let me see what's going on. Sorry, guys.
Mainstream news.
And
hey, man, it
Tattoo
works like
Bananas really
magic.
kicking it in. I believe at least that was a quote from
where?
Nightcrawler. You ever seen Nightcrawler? Because that's
Yeah.
very germane to what we're talking about with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay. It's rough. You're right, but Stewart has a built-in following. I was referring more to mainstream news. Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, I understand that. It's on the news. It's hiding the real truth. I believe in that too. And part of the reason I believe that, Regina Phalange. Thank you. The news, like
they picked pieces of facts and then
it's
try
extremely
and,
sterilized.
They build a show.
Like I remember with one thing that I dove into deep in my life, obviously, is solar
I don't even want to
stuff.
know where it's coming next.
Getting to know everything about all the rules and regulations behind all the solar taxes and this and that. And the other thing. I remember the news putting a spin on it that was so aggravating because it was you're just taking the smallest.
Of course, well that's
most minute, has nothing to do with anything of the big picture and making it into a completely big picture for some audience that is against.
Well, this all fell apart with the Glass-Steagall Act repeal.
Right.
Yeah.
But wait, I want you to say that, but real quick, when it comes to the election, they were doing that too. With Bernie Sanders especially, dude, they pick one thing that sounds slightly offline, and then they treat him as if he's to be equated with Satan himself.
Right,
They focus on one thing and exploit it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is exactly what they do. I worked with a guy who said to me, when he talked to me about solar, he would be like, you know that's not sustainable, right? Those panels are no good, right? And I went, no, I don't know that. I know somebody who does solar like this.
Like the space station has been working for 30 years nonstop.
It's because
constantly.
he heard that somewhere. That's a reliable
Well,
source.
look. I like to say I've said this a few times, but we're in a diabetic coma from the low-hanging fruit served up by the media. We just want to be witty and have a line to make it seem smart around the fucking water cooler, and so you're repeating the shit you heard without actually looking at it, because everybody's got an agenda. Alex Jones, man, I got friends. I used to listen out there. You follow him up, man, and he's got his own agenda going.
I used
all
to.
He is agenda.
There was a brief period of time where I got into a lot of things where I thought he did good stuff, and
he gets on the right road.
He has done some good stuff.
He gives you good momentum. He gives you good momentum, but if you don't take the initiative, and that's what the majority of people in this country seem to lack, is the initiative to actually go, because they're tied down or they're just tied down with a million fucking things.
When you're working fucking 60, 70 hours a week,
exactly.
How much time do you have to fucking
luckily, a lot of people spend time at work on the internet, but that's porn and fucking playing.
But you have that luxury to do that.
But I listen to sometimes I listen.
There's enough people doing it.
There's this guy from New Jersey named Gary Vaynerchuk. Do you guys know who he is? Okay, he runs a media.
Sounds
media
Dutch
company.
to me, though.
And he runs a media company, and he started out by selling wine, and this expanded. And he started
wine and media.
He was talking about, like, if you want to succeed in the world, he goes, yeah, people have you work in those kinds of hours, and he goes, you still have time in your day. He was like, if you spend time sitting around getting fucked up or watching TV or doing this or doing that, he goes, those are the hours where you can build something underneath the surface.
It does take some work, though, to get to the bottom, because you got to go back to the documents, to the the acts of Congress, to the national security documents and stuff like that.
The
to find where it
story goes by
originates, make your own
faster than your
opinions.
ability to fucking dig deep into it.
Well, and people are lazy too.
That's another big problem.
People don't want to put the work into forming their own opinions. It's like Will Hunting, where he's quoting that fucking.
They just want to be told what they want to hear.
Right. Well,
so
they
also
can
say they're right.
Right. Well, they also want to be able to regurgitate something that makes them sound intelligent and shut down the conversation.
Right.
It's like a WWE wrestling match, like we just said before. It's about dominating your opponent as opposed to actually learning.
I've been arguing with Hillary Clinton supporters on occasion online. You just can't help it. You get sucked into it. You know what I mean? Just once in a while, and every time I do, they're the ones that spew the rhetoric you hear on the news, and then you tell them some real shit, and you say, but this happened. Like, don't you understand?
Yeah, no, again, this goes back to the Glass-Steagall Act being repealed. When that happened, dude, that just set so much in motion from monopolies to exist to we have 7 companies that control the media, and even those companies will be merging. You know,
right.
Like no matter where you're fucking at, dude, it's ridiculous. And anyway,
but that's why they want to control the internet. That's why there's this war over the internet.
Well, yeah, they always want to control.
The internet is that bastion of free speech where like anybody can say anything. So like when you have like a show like Democracy Now! Exists the way it does because the internet is there, and it's because that has taken the place of what we used to call growing up as investigative journalism. And public access is another big deal. Internet is public access now, except now it's accessible to all of us. Where it used to be accessible to the people who would go down to their local station and they'd fill out the paperwork and they'd agree to the FCC terms.
Yeah, put some work to do.
You know what I mean? So like now, I could go on the internet and say and do whatever the flying fuck I want, and they don't like that because they systematically killed investigative journalism starting somewhere in the late '80s, in the Reagan years, till now.
Well, yeah, it was the repeal of the Glass-Steagall Act in fucking '86, man. When that repealed,
and how does that affect the news, in your opinion?
Oh, it's simple because now you can have more. It used to be there was a rule you can only own one fucking. Right. You can only own one news outlet per fucking city, per major area, and now it's wide open. So you got Rupert Murdoch owning all sorts of shit. I mean, that's the most obvious thing with the Glass-Steagall Act.
National Geographic last year.
It's Disney owning ABC.
It's no longer a non-profit organization.
This is why Caitlyn Jenner wins the ESPN ESPN Sportsman Courage of the Year award instead of somebody like Stuart what's his name the dude who died and was, and don't get me wrong, there was a certain amount of courage involved in Caitlyn Jenner's story, but to have that applied to the reason why that went down is because she was going on Diane Sawyer. In order to get that interview, they told Diane Sawyer, who was owned by ABC, you have to give us ESPN. ESPN's got to give her this award for the year, and ESPN is owned by Disney. Disney owns ABC.
Hello.
So it's all a big fucking mindfuck.
Yeah, it's a big fucking jerk.
They also
everybody
Caitlyn
gets
Jenner
paid.
also won,
Everybody
like-
takes.
Hold on, we got a caller.
Oh, what's off?
Bananas. You guys are getting heated. I love it.
What's up? I'm sorry. Who is this? Hello?
This is Phineas from the Tattooed Bananas podcast.
Oh, what's up,
What's
dude?
up, buddy?
Tattoo Bananas. What's going on? What's going on tonight? What do you want to say?
Nothing. Everybody's getting heated. I love it.
Nice,
Dude,
Good,
thanks,
good.
man.
Keep it spicy.
This jacked up conversation. It's very, very exciting.
Well, the world is fucked up a lot the last few weeks, man. It's not really hard.
Wait till the second segment when we're drunk and start blaming each other for voting choices.
Let me just tell you something, man. This guy's podcast is fucking great. They're called the Tattooed Banana, and they're from New Jersey. It's a Jersey-based podcast, dude.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about what we're talking about?
Well, I love the history lesson. I'm not familiar with the gentleman in the red cap, but he's basically like an adjunct professor at this point.
And that's a sad commentary on the state of fucking education.
No, man, he's giving me the history lesson, and now I want to make T-shirts that say "fuck the Dutch."
I'm all for that. People would buy that for so many reasons.
Yeah, right.
Don't get me wrong, I love the Dutch for so many reasons, but the money thing really is a big pain in the ass.
Austin Powers, there's only two things that scare me, and one is nuclear war. What's the other one? The Dutch.
Dude,
I love it.
do me a favor. Promote your show.
Oh yeah, sure. So, Tattooed Bananas, comedy podcast. We're kind of like a lesser Ice in the Face. We just riff on stuff, take some news stories, chat about some things, me and Bill. But we love Ice in the Face. That's what got us in the Potter family. And we always look to you guys for a very sickening laugh.
Well, thank you very
Awesome,
much.
bro.
Where can people
Ice
find?
in the Face is the shit.
Where can people find you online, dude?
You find us on Twitter. We're always there trying to promote stuff. We actually just did a show with Paula from the Tell Me Stories podcast. That was super fun. So That was a good time. But where are you guys broadcasting from?
We're in Wall.
Oh, you are? Oh,
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm up in Hazlitt, so I'm not that far away.
Yeah, I grew up on the Bay Shore.
Dude, hit me up on Twitter, man. We'll try to get you on next season Awesome Talk.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Well, hey, we'll be at the Asbury Park podcast, so we'll talk then, too.
Cool, man. Yeah, dude,
Nice.
we're gonna drink that night, that morning. We're gonna drink that morning. Cool,
Yeah,
man.
John. Yeah, we'll be there promoting you guys and giving some love.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, dude. Dude, thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. Enjoy.
All right, later, brother.
All right, take it easy, dude.
Later.
Nice.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, that worked.
I love
well.
that.
What was
But
that?
see,
Yeah,
man.
dude, the like what Tony said about us, we're more like pimples that are gonna explode all over ourselves and nothing will happen. It's completely right, because it doesn't matter
Well,
how
more pimples
big the
come when that
pockets of anger get.
Mm.
Like, oh yeah, everybody knows that the politicians lie and they're stealing all our money.
Right.
Yeah, that's like basically common knowledge
Right.
now, and you're
It's
looked at as-
acceptable. It's,
But the thing
Right,
is,
it's like a
but
joke.
there's not enough anger behind it to cause change,
yet.
and the reason why is because there's so much pumped into us to hate your neighbor instead of look up for
Yeah,
the
of course.
problems.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
until
And here-
that as a culture disappears, there'll never be enough anger, because there won't be
guilty
enough
of it.
unity to say, okay, we could all do this together. That'll never
and
fucking
that
happen.
is a very contrived situation. Look,
That
the
has
most
happened, just not in this country.
most
I know. I said in
no, I
this
wanna talk
country,
later,
the
but-
mindset isn't there.
Most
But
modern
information
power
that I
structures
wanted
are
to
top
say.
down, like pyramids, and people think the basic person thinks, oh, well, we change the capstone, if we change the president, it's just going to change. It's not going to change. You're not going to change the structure of a pyramid unless you change the brick by brick at the local level. You got to change locally, and most people don't even know when their local elections are, or when
Right.
what's going on in the local elections, and that's the shit that festers and fucking and blows up.
It's
And that,
crazy
but
to
that's
me.
an age-old fucking tactic.
It's
Yeah.
insane to me how many local politicians go unopposed in local elections.
I
Yeah,
agree.
sure.
Yeah. most
And it doesn't
of
take
them.
much. It doesn't take much locally to beat somebody. It's not.
No, it
you're not
doesn't.
spending money till you.
Have you
But
looked
it
in
takes
the-
a lot of work, and that's the thing.
If you went to the primary this year, the last fucking 5 slots were all unopposed.
Yep.
Yes.
The
Right,
last
yeah.
5 slots were all unopposed.
Yeah,
Your
yeah, I'll
local
tell you what.
government, your freeholders.
And if it was somebody
last 5 fucking
And- and-
slots.
and-
That's
and-
5
and this-
official
and
positions.
This is the real problem.
Unopposed.
That we discussed
Yeah.
before is that there's no long-term vision in this country. Nobody's coming up through the Peace Corps or anything like that, or whatever.
Right.
You know, there's no staged development. You know, you're running against nobody for the longest time, and then now you got enough people who know your name, and then you can run for the Senate, you run for the Congress. But there's no bridging the gap. Again, this is why I thought Obama was, and that's why he failed. That's why he didn't come in. He didn't come in, and there wasn't a wall set up between him and the right because they were dicks. No, because the guy never learned how to reach across the aisle.
Right.
That's why I thought Bernie was. That's why I thought Bernie had a better opportunity. That's why where I thought John McCain. Now I didn't vote for John McCain because of the Supreme Court.
Sure.
Right? Because that's the only thing really still working in this country. You can say what you want about it, but it's still working. Okay. But until you know how to bridge the gap across the aisle, nothing's going to happen. And the problem is that all these people run unopposed locally, so they don't have to bridge any
Yeah, I
gaps.
mean, you say the Supreme Court still works, but you're at least is it a modern statement to say that the justice system is completely broken?
Oh yeah, of course. No, but I'm telling you, the Supreme
It
Court.
works,
Is,
but-
well, if the Supreme Court wasn't
works the wrong
like the judge. I'm not talking about the justice system. I'm talking about the Supreme Court. I didn't
Yeah, I
say
got
the
you.
judiciary
Okay,
branch.
okay,
Okay,
all
but the
right,
Supreme Court is still
all right.
stopping
Just
a lot
the
of
Supreme
bullshit that's
Court.
going down.
Okay.
And without them, it would be fucking Pirate Island with Kurt fucking what's his name with the eye patch on fucking out of New York Island with a Snake Plissken. You know what I'm saying?
Escape from New York. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know the point I was making. I'm just gonna drink.
No,
Ready for a
Mikey,
reload
man.
of that movie.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm definitely ready for a reload of that movie.
What movie?
Escape from LA, Escape,
Escape
from New York. What's next?
Escape from all these reboots.
Escape,
Yeah.
Escape from Pulse nightclub.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a prison
Too
planet.
soon.
Too soon?
Too soon. Too
Sorry.
soon. Very good, but too soon.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You have like fucking Kurt Russell in a dress, like
Shit. You said something, Stones.
Robin Williams.
oh.
Stones, you said something. You said something earlier. I said I wanted to address it. What was it?
Oh,
Shit, I can't remember.
I thought you did about the solar panels.
no, that was way long ago.
It was way long. We were. I know you were talking about.
The serious system that's broken.
You were talking about how it's all the media is sort of funnels.
No, this
everything.
country doesn't seem to get together and fight the top.
Right. Okay. That's what I wanted to talk about. Was last night I said to her, I said, you know what's funny is like when you look at a lot of other countries, and maybe I don't know because I'm not there, but there seems to be a fundamental understanding of when a government is fucking you.
Here's the problem: is we love our stuff in this country, dude. You see that? I think I sent you the 21 facts about how much we love our stuff.
There's been dumbed down.
But no, I understand. But that's why we love our stuff. And you know, the average woman these days, I gotta forget exactly what the facts are. But each person, there's enough storage space, like these storage facilities, and for every man, woman, and child to have 7.2 cubic feet. Okay, storage space. That's how much stuff we have the stuff has to be stored offline. And the problem is people don't want to give that stuff up in order to fucking fight. To band together and fight because they don't want to give up their shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Back in the 30s, the average woman had 3 dresses. The average woman today has like fucking 25 dresses or something.
What does it say for a society that's been manipulated to the point where they believe where there is no place where we meet?
Starving. That's when it all goes.
But here's the problem though. No, but here's the reason. No, that's a great point he makes.
That's widespread.
No, here's a great point he makes. And that's
until the middle becomes the bottom.
The will of people has never been denied in America in world history. Okay, when Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake," blood flowed in the fucking streets, but they didn't have TV to distract them, and that's what we have now, and that's the problem now. That's why we're on this. Things are just disintegrating like fucking sand at the beach under your fucking feet.
Dude,
right.
If you bomb the cable companies and bomb all that tomorrow, this country would be at war with itself in 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
If there was nothing on that TV, if that TV went fucking blue. You know what I mean?
All
the signals went dead, and people had to go outside to figure out what was happening.
But Stone's point is completely valid. I mean, in the past, when people started starving, that's when, because the will of people individually, when they bond together, cannot be denied. And there's been fucking leaders through history. That's always their downfall.
But have they not perfected?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The art of keeping us against one another.
No, you say perfected.
Just when we're about to start.
They've raised the bar. They've raised the bar, okay? But again, they also have mass communication. Now, they have an Orwellian device in everybody's fucking house.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And they feed you exactly what they fucking want.
But my point is this. If
and that's what's keeping us content.
Perfected the art.
I get what you're saying. They perfected the process of holding you off just far enough. They don't give a fuck.
The only problem I have with that statement is perfect is a relational term. It's not a fucking. It's not an absolute term. So where they're at now, they're definitely doing a good job of holding it up. But it's not. It's only take a few fucking things for that to fucking disease.
But I feel like I've been hearing that. I feel like I've been hearing that since the 90s.
But you gotta be.
And I'm like, where's the breaking point?
Well, no, hold on a second. There was a guy in the fucking, I forget what his name was, an old dude back in the Greek day, and he has a famous quote, I fear for our future when I see the next generation. Yeah. That's what you're always a fatalist, dude, when it comes to what's going on around you. You are.
They know less about history. They've been fucked even more financially than our generation. And their fucking history books are being scrubbed.
And they're pacified enough to not give a fuck.
Read, which means they can't even
which means they don't know to read it.
But that's what. Look, this was always gone on. Stalin rewrote history. He had pictures remanipulated to put him in famous places. This is not anything new.
No, it's happened a million times before.
It's always via the way that you communicate to the public.
But in places like Norway or Greece or these other places where all these austerity measures are put into place.
Well, Greece, the banks went under and the people were riding and there were fires in the street because they couldn't get to their money. Take our money away and people will be fucking pissed. And that's what's replaced the food. But your point is
but America's an interesting experiment because at the end of the day, money is still a fucking experiment. It's still fake. It has as much value as we
It's easy to say that while we are the fiat, while we are the currency standard of the world. You wait till that goes over to fucking the yuan or the fucking or the yen and we're fucked, dude. It's gonna, dude. It's gonna. And that's the day. That's the day when people.
That's the day that you guys are waiting for. That's when it all goes south. When they don't have it, when they spent all our money and we go, you did what?
Yeah, no, we spent all our money.
We spent all our money.
I mean, we're spread out thinner than a fucking French order fleet week.
But we spent all our money. At the end
of
the day,
we're printing money at an unbelievable pace. We're making our money so valuable.
I didn't make any money this week.
What I said to him was, the whole thing, okay, so if I have the biggest, baddest, and most dangerous weapons pointed in every single direction, who cares how much money I have? You know what I'm saying? Who said that muscles were currency?
Plus, we have a lot of land and a lot of resources.
Well, let's be
and a lot of food that we still generate.
And we're engaged in heavy duty colonialism in a violent manner.
Well, and that's nothing new. Dude, the Romans did it. The English did it.
And look what
we're
happened.
doing it now. Well, then, look, I mean, the English is still a huge column of fucking,
You know what, dude? It's just heartbreaking to think that we've come this far, we've been around this long, we have this much connection, and people still cannot understand that if you're all connected and working cohesively, you could have a really great world. And even with all
the problem is though that everybody look the larger the more intimate you make the village though, and then with mass communication, the more individual the voices are. So you got it's not right and left. There's such a whole spectrum of fucking of attitude and entitlement.
So maybe we're not ready.
We're not.
How long ago was the firearm invented? How long?
The gunpowder was invented by the Chinese in fucking
exactly. But I mean, the operation of putting the bullet in the motherfucker and shooting people. You know what I mean? Like how long ago? What would ball?
Less than 1,000 years.
Less than 1,000 years, and we still haven't figured out how to use that tool right. You guys think this one's gonna be perfected in 20?
Yeah, no. This is much more dangerous than a gun, though.
We're dumb. We're fucking dumb.
This is much more dangerous than a gun because people will use this without fear of leaving their house and talk big shit behind.
You don't have to kill anybody. You push a fucking button, you can erase everything. You can change their whole lives. You know.
Go ahead. I heard an awesome story the other day. I think I told you about it. You were there for it.
Yeah. Cool.
This dude works with a 94-year-old woman, right? Okay. And it was their 94th birthday. And for the 94th birthday, the whole company shut down for an hour, and she would tell stories about she grew up here.
Herbert Hoover.
Right? Well, you figure she was she was a teenager during the 30s.
Sure.
She was in her 20s during World War II. To her 30s, whatever, during World War, she knew what was going on, right? So there was this big blackout back in the early 1900s that in Asbury Park and the whole area.
Oh, I think you told me that. Yeah, go ahead. This is a great story.
And what happened was during the blackout was everybody came out and partied. It was a dance party in the streets, and you got to think of the generation gap there, where you had that generation of people in the early 1900s that were older that had no electricity before that day. So it was almost like a state of nostalgia at that point.
Right.
But now that we've grown up with electricity, Hurricane Sandy comes along, and we don't have electricity for a little while, and we have people attacking the linesmen.
Dude, I went nuts.
People fucking screaming and fighting each other in gas stations.
That's your difference in your
because there used to be nuclear units of community that were extended family, and this is like the Coen Brothers movie. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Was a great fucking statement on this on how if you notice in that movie everybody does something. All right, it's all. I had an argument on the internet one day about folk music. Is about content or context. If you sing fucking Gold and Diamonds or Dust and whatever that fucking song that Judas Priest did, it's old folk song. If you sing it over a Kansas wheat field, the sun's going down, does that make it folk as opposed to in a leather on a motorcycle in front of Madison Square Garden? Does that make it heavy? No, it's not about content or context. It's about legacy, and that's something we don't do in this country anymore. All we pass on is the things on not how to do. I learned from my father how not to treat women or how to abuse alcohol. Right. Nobody's teaching me how to do clog dancing. I got to elaborate.
Everybody's telling you what you're doing wrong.
But back in the day, and like you said, that's a great story because there were people that were still familiar with that. You had something to do with your time and something constructive to do with your time. And that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? If you know, everybody can sing or everybody can dance or everybody can do something. Yeah. Everyone can do something, even if it's not superstar quality. Everyone can pick up an instrument and play it. Sure. And it's all about the water coming in. That's the end of mass communication and the advent. If you notice in that movie, not to get too deep into it, but I could go on for a semester about this. But they got Laurel and Hardy, they got Clark Gable, they got all these characters that are playing these icons of early American mass communication that came into effect after the fucking as electricity was heading out. But it's really an ode to the dying of American culture as folk culture. Yeah, right. All the countries still have that though. Other countries still have
Germany,
that.
But here's why.
Germany, Norway, all these you're clog dancing.
I'm not
except for Afghanistan. There's nothing there left to pass on.
I'm not sure that that what I'm going to say is going to fully connect with what you're saying because I'm not sure that I fully
He's talking
There's
about
a lot of
legacy.
history.
It's-
There's a lot of history and tradition for us that dies in this country and is going down in flames because a lot of it was fake from the get go.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
So,
I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about stuff that brought your family
stuff.
together
Right,
and kept you
And not
like when you didn't have
holidays,
electricity.
Right. No.
Nothing
But
like
to
that.
speak to that point, when you're talking about general community, right? Even the idea of a general community, it's like
Divide and conquer,
if
that's
you're
what's
raised to
funny.
believe this is how you do something and that's how it is accomplished
I think religions have
versus
survived.
it's exactly how versus this is what we do because it's what's best for us.
No,
and
but
I
here's
feel
the
it.
here's the beauty
You
of
know what I'm saying? It takes something that used to be from the heart and valuable, and it turns it into a
No,
novelty item.
again, this comes in the advent of people talking. When it comes to passing things on legacy, the beauty of it is, and this is like Bob Dylan says, you know what? I'm a thief, and that's what I do. I take other people and I reinvent them and I build on it. And that's the beauty of it is that when the folk community or when you're dealing with folk art, whether it's clog dancing, whether it's fucking making blankets, whether you take somebody what your mother taught you and you add your own, you know, like everyone loves grandma's mashed potatoes, but you put your own spin in it to fucking put your spin on it when you make it for your family, you know. And the problem is now when you've got this mass communication, now all of a sudden you have the structure, you have authorities because you got more viewers on YouTube. This guy must know what he's fucking talking about, and that trickles downhill like fucking piss on a fucking hot day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, you know, but I was thinking back to where Stones was going, with like, you know, these people when they had no electricity, they had to find things constructive to do that kept their families together and made everybody feel involved and valued everybody's input.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas nowadays it's easy because there are these levels, this hierarchy. Because you can say, oh, this guy's got fucking 200,000 viewers and this guy's got 20, so fucking this guy here must know what they're fucking going about.
Sure.
You know, and that really has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Sarah, anything going on in the chat? Hey, Passers By Pod, dude. I'm sorry, I meant to shout you out earlier, dude. I love that fucking dude. What's going on?
Look at how manic people got during Sandy when folks didn't have power for 7 to 10 days. It was almost Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, but the first couple of days though, it was a beautiful thing. People
was a
were
beautiful thing.
People were reading books and fucking.
Dude,
I visited
fun the whole time.
I visited people. Like I didn't text it. I didn't call. I drove wherever I could drive to.
I never
and like
worked
I drove
harder
and
in my
visited.
life.
I didn't leave my neighborhood. We fed each other.
Right, exactly. Right. What do you got? What I got? Yeah.
But
Everybody fucking
there
hunkered
is
down
a point
and
to
chilled.
what he's saying because
Of course.
we
After
lost.
7 to 10 days, it was ugly.
I lost power here for 15 days.
Me too. 16 days over in Italy.
Okay, right. So
A week.
somewhere around day 10, I
Yeah.
felt like I was going insane, and part of it had to do with the fact that there was no power,
And
there
there's
was
no porn.
no information. Okay, and when you'd go to sleep at night and you'd wake up in the morning. Dude, I lost what time it was.
But dude, if you had a ham radio, if you weren't relying on this, if you had a ham radio with a crank on it, you would
Time was bullshit until the trains put it all together.
Ben Franklin, that motherfucker. Here's the Ben Franklin. Fuck. Yeah, he might fuck up on the train schedules, but you know, he gave us fucking all sorts of good shit.
Listen, we're gonna cut to our break, man, for our season 6 finale. Dude, Tony, you were on fire tonight, man.
No, I'm pissing
Loved it,
people off,
dude.
so that's okay.
No, fuck that. Stones, I'm so happy that you're here tonight, dude. So we got a break
It's like the
coming up.
mystery guest when you came
We have one of my favorite bits from season 6. I'm gonna air again tonight. It's the Andrews kissing booth, the dating
great.
service
That's
thing
so
that he
funny.
did. So fucking funny. We have some music by
He had
Tony
no idea that
Tedesco.
he was doing.
He had no
kissing.
idea it was going to be that, right? We have Tony Tedesco, Full Fathom 5 is going to be on. We have Rick Barry doing Snow's Informer, a dramatic reading. We have some Ice in the Face, some other shit in there, so please check it out. Stick with us. Spread this on Facebook and Twitter and shit. Hit subscribe below, and we'll be back in about 25 minutes, and then we're going to talk some more, go to one more break, and then we're going to wrap the show up. So, go. Do it. Art.
Hi, I'm Damian Wright, owner and head instructor of Right Fight Concepts, martial arts school in New Egypt, New Jersey. We are a fully functioning martial arts academy with programs for adults, teens, and children. We teach the art of Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. We also teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai. We have cardio kickboxing classes. We have MMA fight team training. We have boxing classes and seminars. We also teach Japanese swordsmanship, and we have Eskrima classes as well. That's Filipino martial arts, stick and knife weapon work. Each year in June, we run a charity for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. We call it June for St. Jude. What we do is every new enrollment that comes in the door for the entire month of June gets entirely donated to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. In addition to this, we run 2 seminars, one for the kids and one for the adults. This year our theme is Weapons Against Cancer, so we're going to be doing weapon-based training for each seminar. As a martial arts school, we feel it very, very important to support our community, both locally and globally, as much as we can. It's our responsibility to do as much good as we can in this world. To participate in each seminar, each student has to raise no less than $35. We have an internal contest to see who can raise the most money. For anyone who is interested in supporting a student as they raise money for seminars, give us a call and we'll be sure to connect you with one of our students. For anyone interested in donating, our website is www.rightfight.com. We hope that you'll join us for the month of June, either on the mat or on the website. We hope you keep track as our numbers increase and as our donation gets bigger and better.
That aren't kept. But really, isn't that just the explanation of every fucking relationship out there? Oh yes, I love Incubus just as much as you do. And then 2 years later, I hated Incubus. I just said it because I wanted you to put it in me. Cunt. Did you see the Gary Oldman commercial for HTC where he's like, blah, 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 things. You're an original thinker, so you want to put your shit on the thing. Yes. You let it ferment for however long your impatient ass can last, whether it be 2 weeks or 20 years. And then when it's done, you pop that bitch open, you pound it back, you get hammered. Because I'm important to you. You should listen to the other words I have to say. That being said, the other words that I have to say have to do with this random bullshit. Because fuck me, what the fuck? I'm gonna be talking about stupid bullshit for the next couple of seconds. Your life might be at risk. You add yeast, and then you let it fucking ferment, and then you have beer. At Twitter, I'm at Futureproof, that's FUTUR3PROOF. And just fucking give me a shout out. Be like, hey dude, fucking what's up with Facebook? Or whatever the hell you want to talk about. The people that count is Big Brother. Oh yeah, they fucking pay attention to your shit. Do they need to pay attention to your shit? No, but they're gonna, just in case at a later point in time some shit happens and you're fucking somewhere remotely involved. And then it'll matter. So just keep that in the back of your head.
Breaking and crawling through my window, so they put me in the back of the car at the station. From that point on, I reached my destination. Well, the destination reached him down at East Detention, where they whipped down my pants to look up the bottom. So informer, you know say daddy, me snow, me you gone blame, I licky bum bum down. Detective man, they say daddy, me snow, me, stab someone down the lane, I licky bum bum down. This is about being busted and then licking a guy's asshole to get out of it. I licky bum bum down. Right? It has to be. So bigger they are, they think they have more power. They're on the phone, me say that on every hour. Me for horrible grammar. Me for want to use it once, and me call me lover. Lover who me callin' of the one Tammy. These can't be the real words.
No,
and
that is
me
the real
love
words.
her in my heart down to my belly. Yes, said daddy, me snow. Me I feel cool and deadly. Yes, the one MC Shan and the one daddy snow. Together we a love 'em is a tornado.
No, informer. Told me Akko Blam. Licky boom boom now.
No, I licky bum bum down.
Licky bum bum down.
He's saying I licked his bum bum.
Or her bum bum.
No, it says I lick he bum bum down.
Oh, he bum bum. Okay, Jesus.
So
that's a
listen
big
for
present
me, you
story.
better listen for me now. Listen for me, you better listen for me now. When a me rock the microphone, me rock on steady. Yes, a daddy, me snow, me are the article Don. But when I'm at a dance and they say where you come from, people them say I come from Jamaica. No, he doesn't. But me born and raised in the ghetto, that's all I want you to know. Pure black people, man, that's all a man know. Yeah, me shoes used to tear up, and my toes used to show where me born is Toronto. It's talking with a nice young lady, intelligent, yes, she gentle and irie. Everywhere me go, me never left her at all. Me. Yes, a daddy snow, me are the Rome dance man. Roam between a dance in every nation. You never know. Say daddy, me snow, me Emma, boom shakata. Me never lay it down flat in a one cardboard box. Yes, a daddy, me snow, me a go reaching at the top. Why would he? Why would he? Why would he? Would he? Would he? Me sitting around cool with my dibby girl. Police knock my door. He's back to the cop thing now, I guess.
Yeah.
Link up my pal, rough me up, and I can't do a thing. Pick up my line when my telephone ring. Take me to the station, black up my hands. Trail me down, cause I'm hanging with the snowman. What am I gonna do? I'm backed and I'm trapped. Smack me in the face, took all of my gap. They have no clues and they want to get warmer, but Shan won't turn informer. You know, say daddy, me snow, me down. Detective man say daddy, me snow, me. Stab someone down the lane, I lick keep bum down.
That was a dramatic reading.
It's horrible.
It is horrible.
And he's he's white.
He's from Canada.
He says Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, guy.
Yeah, me shoes used to tear up and my toes used to show where me born is the one Toronto.
Yeah.
That seemed anticlimactic.
The ghettos of Toronto.
Yeah.
Right here at the bottom of the sea. Beauty girl named Clementine. Now you all know sweet Clem, she never really mind. Just one taste of her pain that stain on my heart. Five of the depths of my inward heart. I don't see Clem much more these days. I feel her with me out all my best and my sweat and my tears. All it's all inside of me. No one there's no place I'd rather be. Right here at the bottom of the sea. All right, we're going. Take it down. Yeah.
You're listening to us. And the bass.
Yeah, it'd be like the weirdest. I'm not masturbating to that. That isn't happening, man. But I'll tell you what. Tonight, there's so many good stories. I can't believe how many people are fucking weird things again out in public.
Fucking
dude.
weird in the public.
Again?
In the
It
public.
never, when did it end?
I feel like there's another swell. I feel like there's another.
There's swell is where it starts.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air, and it's also in a lot of other inanimate objects. You know what I mean? Which we will get to tonight.
I always thought, like, you guys read the story about the people that were filming a porn out in front of the pyramids?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You ever see like pictures of the actual pyramid site, like not like the dressed up
it's all
ones?
glittered and
It's like
shitty.
like a stump.
There's like a shit city in the background that's like a smoking ball
like
of
when-
shit and. like
none of that sounds like a good place to film a. I mean, I guess
right.
maybe if you're into like dumpster funk, but
Dumpsterfunk.com.
But like, yeah, they always show the same majestic shot of the pyramids as if it's like the most. Like, I even always I imagine out in the middle of the desert, surrounded by nothing. It's just these glorious
just
pyramids,
beautiful, like,
you know.
yeah,
and it's just, and
landscape,
then you
it
look
is-
in the other direction. It's just some
plastic
dude.
bags.
Yeah, there's some dude with like a big McDonald's cup, like slurping. Like, yeah, this sucks. These things are blocking my sun. Like, what the fuck, Sarah? What's the first story you got for us tonight?
So, all right. These animal rights people are pissed because an aquarium was caught jerking off their dolphins.
What do you mean caught? Like
Someone captured it on video, and
Sure.
dude.
Yeah, but
first
don't
of
they
all,
do that for like semination?
no. Well, let me tell you the thing.
Oh, okay, we're about to get weird.
Yeah, so this is the thing. So the aquarium people,
Sure.
originally what they said was it's
Was
just
we were just
something you
turned
have
on.
to do when you have a tank full of 9 sexually frustrated males.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
But then they said after that we were training them to be able to know to release semen, so that way we can start like a program, like Stones was saying.
Spontaneously release semen.
So then, like this animal I don't know, like some sort of animal related, whatever the fuck she was, expert watched the video, and she's like, "Yeah, that's bullshit." Because if they were training the dolphins for a program
Sure.
like that, there would be a receptacle to get the sperm, even if they weren't going to use the sperm. So that way, the dolphin is desensitized to it being there.
So they're just.
So they're basically the end result of this whole thing is there's just a bunch of people jerking off some
They're
dolphins.
Just poorly trained. Like
Yeah.
somebody just thought, like, we should start a program and
It's
looked
fucked
into
up,
it.
dude.
Not at
I
all.
saw a fucking
They're like, I know where to
screen.
start.
I saw a screen cap of the dude jerking the dolphin off, and it is so fucked up.
Is he
It
wearing like?
Does he have a mustache?
Does
and
he
give it a
have-
thumbs up?
He's just
Does he have
like
glitter?
leaning over. He's just leaning over the pool like he dropped his fucking goggles.
Yeah, like he's looking for his keys behind the couch.
And he just has his fucking hand wrapped around this massive cock.
And he's got his other
It's
thumb jammed in a dolphin's
dolphin.
ass.
Is he
No,
wearing roller
it's a
skates?
dolphin that's rolled over, like the dolphin's rolled over,
Right.
and it doesn't look like a cock. It looks like a dolphin-colored dolphin
Yeah.
with a white man's arm shooting out of it.
Oh my god.
That's what it looks
okay,
like.
so this guy so far he's got a mustache.
Right, yeah.
He's got
The
got the roller
dolphin?
skates. He's
roller
got
skates
the
on.
dolphin?
No,
mustache. He's
the
got
guy
mustache.
doing the work.
Total the mustache.
Yeah, he's
Listen,
also got gold.
dolphins-
He's also
all
got
right.
bright, shiny gold
First of all,
mini
I
shorts
have
on.
two things to make here. First of all,
With stars on
dolphins
the ass.
are sneaky and not to be trusted.
Sure,
I want to see more than what that video had, because I bet that dolphin made that dude do
You
it.
think he manipulated him
cursed
through a
him.
little Little dolphin kinesis.
Probably. And secondly,
Yeah.
if they
A little
didn't, then why
DSP.
would you encourage them? Like, why
Yeah,
would
sure.
you encourage a rapey ass fucking dolphin
Yeah.
to be like more sexual?
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, guess what? All I got to do is make a donut hole with my hand and drop it in the water, and now the dolphin just fucks my hand. I don't even have to do anything
Isn't
anymore.
that adorable?
Isn't it simple?
Think people will pay $25 to come
Yeah.
see this?
If you can see the dolphins.
$25 to come see that.
Yeah. Hey, if you can see the dolphins, that water's really cloudy after a while. It looks like somebody
It's hard to tell between that and the little fish they throw in.
yeah, which the dolphins are fucking those too.
Yeah, they're fucking everything.
They fuck everything. They're butt raping each other.
Dude, they have like massively wide cocks.
Horrifying cocks.
Like
it's like it's a
well,
weapon
like,
of
I was
mass
serious
destruction.
when I said it. It looked like basically it looked like your arm.
Yeah,
Like
my arm
it looked
specifically,
like
or
like a
it's all tattooed?
white man's arm.
Yeah, like a white. Oh,
It
gross.
looked like it was the exact same color as
Right.
your skin.
And they, like,
coming out of a dolphin, which is like a grayish silver, and it just looks bizarre. It looks
Yeah,
like
sure.
it looks like they photoshopped
a white man arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like over a fucking dolphin and photoshopped poorly.
I don't know if that woman could say that it's necessarily bullshit that you know, like she thinks that there was something more deviant going on there. I mean, you really have to look at the people's faces and determine if they're really excited.
See if there's
to
like
be
a see if there's like a twinkle in their eye.
Hey, dude,
all pupils dilated
Dude.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Somebody took their phone out. You got to look upset. Oh, sorry. So you don't look so excited and close your mouth. Fuck are you doing?
Dude, dolphins are gross, man. Like everyone thinks they're all adorable, and they're not.
No, they're rapey.
Like people fucking making like dolphins have infested little girls like decor, like
Sure.
like you see like dolphins with like rainbows.
Yeah, like they're My Little
rainbow
Pony.
eyeball. Yeah, exactly. And it's like
they don't
that's
make it-
like,
they don't make them
might
in
as
rape
well,
pods.
They might as well like fucking take priests and like find a way to make those like fucking more palatable.
Yeah,
no
for young
pun,
kids.
no fucking
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
Yeah, for kids, like you should be teaching them stranger danger when it comes to dolphins. Dude.
Kids are all trying to pet them at
No
the SeaWorld.
dolphin is a safe dolphin.
Yeah, these dolphins are all frustrated. Man has sex with drain pipe outside stranger's home and is caught on camera with his trousers down. This is pretty interesting because
Bet you had a dolphin cock to fucking feel
Oh,
anything
man.
in that drain pipe.
Maybe he was
put
like
his drain pipe in his drain pipe.
he was like
Dog.
I jerked off the dolphin. Now who's gonna jerk me off?
It looks like this drain pipe is the winner.
with my baby arm.
Yeah, with my baby arm.
It was bigger than a baby arm.
Yeah, but like the dude just stands there. He just walks up to a wall, drops his drawers, and starts. Now look, man, I got to say something here, man. I would have a lot of fear sticking my dick in a
Just some
scary
rusty
old pipe.
fucking piece
Yeah,
of shit,
God
yeah.
knows what's in there, man.
Imagine getting a tetanus shot in your dick. I mean,
You
it's
know
hard
what? He
enough.
needs to invest in one of those jerk shirts for $49.95.
A jerk shirt. Go
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, what's
It's
a jerk shirt?
shirt that has a fake hand that comes out of one of the arms,
No.
so you can keep your arm in your shirt and jerk off.
So,
That would have fixed this problem.
Do they sell this like in the subways?
I think you can get it on the internet, which is the subways of the planet.
Yeah, you just stop in a bodega. You're like, yeah, I'll take a Swank magazine
And a jerk shirt.
and a jerk shirt. My jerk shirt's all used up. It's disgusting. When you said jerk shirt, I thought you just meant like a dirty old T-shirt that someone jerks off into.
Well, after a while.
Do they have different colored hands for
Hopefully.
like?
They have a dolphin dick version.
They got like a chimpanzee hand version.
I wish.
They have like a hoof. You can get a hoof. You can get octopus tentacles.
That's the one I would want.
Yeah, sure. I just thought you meant it was like a dirty old shirt that you jerk off
It
into.
is.
I mean, that's what
But
it
you
is
can
in
buy
essence.
a brand new one.
Because like when I was a teenager, I would just jerk off into an old pair of fucking,
Whatever.
boxer shorts. But like I would jerk off into them for like months.
That's the worst.
So they were
Oh,
like,
why?
it was like coagulated leather.
That's so
It was done.
dude.
But you don't want anybody to know, you know what I mean? And, so you
What?
tuck it behind the bed. And you can't jerk off in all your underwear, so you got to pick one.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I don't know. I used
yeah.
to right in the toilet.
Oh, you just go in the toilet?
Yeah, just right in
How
the
are you
toilet.
aiming in the toilet? You satin shot or?
No, No, you just but I mean, you just
dude. I don't.
You point and squirt.
You point.
You point.
I don't know, man. I guess yours is a little bit more under control because mine, no matter how much you aim, it's going off.
It just goes off kilter.
I mean, dude, you're like flinching, like you know what I mean? Like you're spasming. I mean, you can't always hit the ball. I just find it hard to believe you hit the water only every time.
Every
come
time.
on. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Look, it's not my. It sounds like you got a hook dick.
I don't got a hook dick, but if I did, I'd be proud because I feel like that would be like a plus, depending on which way it hooks. If it hooks up, I think that's a good thing. I don't know.
Just bouncing all over the place on the way
just
out.
pee in your face all the time.
I piss in my own face, like fuck, and I forget every time for like 37 years. Every time I take my dick out, I'm like, God, I've been pissing my own face for 37 years. When am I gonna learn? You know?
When are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. When are you gonna learn how to aim your fucking?
I'm gonna puke.
Why?
It's just one of those nights.
Well, all right. But this guy, back to the drain pipe fucker.
Yeah.
The other
he didn't have to aim.
The other creepy part is that no, he didn't have to aim.
He didn't have to aim at all.
He just had to blow it in the face of whatever cockroach was living up there. But the thing is he's leaning against the wall with both arms with a backwards hat on, like he's way
hat.
like so he's just really fucking
Oh my
humping
god! I
this
thought
thing.
of the best name for what you just said.
No. Not only does he not think he's by himself, but he looks up at the security camera at one point and just looks back and keeps going. Yeah, he wanted an audience for this, whatever this was. Go ahead, Sarah. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. It was something about you were saying that he was gonna blow his load in the face of a roach, and I was gonna say Bukaki Racha.
Bukaki Racha. Go ahead and hashtag that if you can spell it, huh?
Nice.
What do you got
I'll
next,
write
Sarah?
it down in order to remember it later.
Cockroach.
Dude, it'd be half cockroach. You know, they're doing those experiments now where they're mixing humans and animal DNA to create this, and like
Assholes.
nobody's contesting this. So I feel like this is just a faster way to get to the goal line. Just fucking
Just
drain
cover
pipe or
cover
whatever
everything in
crawls out.
semen.
Yeah, cover everything in semen.
That's
Eventually
already
it'll
happening.
fertilize something.
Have you looked around lately? Like, it's
Dude.
not. You don't even have to wait anymore for like babies to grow into adults to know how disgusting they're going to be. Like,
Yeah.
babies are already coming out pretty gross.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
Like, babies are worse off than they've ever been aesthetically.
Really?
You know?
Aesthetically.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, like, you can't even look at a baby with a straight face because then you have to tell the parents some shit that
they're like, oh, that's cute.
Oh, there's a lot of supermodels coming out with this, intermingling of the races thing that's going on. It's pretty good. No, nothing.
Supermodels intermingling of the
They always
races.
say, when black and white people get together, they always have supermodels, like Halle Berry.
Oh,
like
I
the
see what
Halle
you mean.
Berry
Yeah,
thing.
they have
Like,
beautiful kids.
Yeah, they have beautiful kids.
It does
yeah.
seem to be the case.
Yeah, so that's happening more and more now.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is,
that doesn't mean
that's
that there
progress.
aren't more ugly babies.
Yeah, there's some babies that are like, what
Overall.
is this? What is this? You know, what happened here? Is this,
Like,
is
I've
this
seen
okay?
some real fucked up looking children.
So have
like,
I.
I don't mean babies. I mean, well, I did mean babies, but right now I mean like 9 and 10-year-olds. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not trying to be like a bully.
Yeah, sure. I understand.
I'm
but
just, because I'm not like pinpointing anyone. I'm just saying overall, like, kids look funky nowadays.
yeah. They're all weirdly like they're all skinny
They're
and
all like fucking
yeah.
full of hormones from their fucking steak.
right.
and, like-
they're like 11 years old with double
Yeah,
D
like
tits.
they've sucked
And you're like,
in
what
enough
happened here?
fucking
Like, what is
lead
this? Are
and-
you 11 or 28? I can't even fucking tell anymore. What the fuck's going on? Dude, fucking like 12-year-old dudes have goatees, and you're like, what is happening here? All right, what do you got next?
We're back, Rick.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
This is the Sarah and Tony show.
It's a lot more depressing.
There's a lot more fuck off.
There's
Got
a lot
nothing
more
to
of
say.
that, Welcome back to Awesome Talk, everybody. How you doing?
All right.
Good. Good. How you doing, Tony?
Awesome.
Good. I wanted to get another beer, but now I gotta go to the kitchen. Sarah, go ahead and take over.
I don't have anything to talk about. Why are you looking at me? Who the fuck is that?
That must be
Well,
Ryan.
you're
the
late.
brains.
I'm late.
The brains
There's
with
no
the
such late
trains.
when you're. There's no such thing as late when you're at a party.
Yeah, so you're late.
Ipso facto.
You're late.
Quo erat demonstratum.
So let's take a moment.
Edgar's can't be late.
Let's take a moment to
It's science.
shout out to our sponsors, Nevermore Designs. Nevermore. Go to nevermore-designs.com.
Nevermore.
And go ahead and contact them about your own handsome, Awesome Talk mug. They'll even put your chat name on there and everything.
Throw your picture on it, I'm sure.
Oh, you never know, Tony.
Don't put a bag of dicks in it if you want.
If you want.
If that's what floats your boat, dude, no one's judging at this table.
I also want to give a shout out to Cold Cock Whiskey, an official sponsor of Awesome Talk. Where's the Cold Cock Whiskey banner?
It's right there in the front.
There we go.
There's a cold
I meant up on the screen there. There we go. That looks
Yeah, it's
good.
right in the center of the screen.
That looks nice.
Like a gigantic cold black cock.
Mm.
With a nipple attachment.
With a
Cold
gold ring.
The long neck nipple
Delicious.
You wouldn't have it any other way.
attachment. No, we wouldn't.
You
Delicious.
got goddamn nibble attachment.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, so we're all like staring at ourselves. This is good.
So today, actually, I want to take a look at what is being spent. People are
Nothing
trashing
at the moment.
Home Depot's pulling.
I think you're talking about hurricanes.
Oh, about hurricanes.
yeah, no, it wasn't
Yeah,
Socrates that said
That
what I
was a
said.
while
I
ago.
forget who it was. Didn't get on the age.
Yeah.
And I don't care whether it's English or the UK. It's the English Empire.
Homer?
Welsh, big deal. There's Welsh people in the United States. Sorry, get off
There's
your
Welsh people everywhere.
Exactly.
I'm Welsh.
So I watched this video.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't want to talk about the video yet. I want to say congratulations to Sev, the fighter sponsored by Awesome Talk, who won last weekend.
Yeah.
That's absolutely awesome.
Fucking awesome,
Congratulations.
dude.
We had him on and Damien on the last show, and they were, first off, he was awesome. He's intelligent, he loves life. He's 24 years old, dude. He's already just won his first.
So wait,
major fight.
hold on a second. Mark this down. This is a 20-year-old that you actually aren't ragging on.
No,
20
he
something.
is. He's
No, he's a
intelligent,
smart kid.
humble, and it.
Oh, he's not American though.
No,
That's probably the key to that success.
he's American.
Oh,
most
okay.
likely.
Yeah. I don't know if his parents immigrated here or what the deal is, but yeah, he's American.
Got the eye of the tiger.
And he had a lot of interesting things to say, you know. But I was just we had a feeling he would win when he fought this weekend, dude. He just has that kind of attitude, you know, and he's humble too.
Who did he fight? Jonathan Lipnicki?
I didn't know, but I know Jonathan Lipnicki's good for the Passers-By Pod. But yeah, congratulations to him. So what I was gonna bring up was I came home the other day and I was ranting at her because I saw this video on YouTube, and basically, you guys know who Now This is?
Yeah.
Okay, so well,
Or
sometimes
now this. Yeah.
Now This, yeah. Sometimes on YouTube you'll get these quick videos, they're like 1 minute videos called Now This, which sort of gives you this quick rundown of something that's going on.
Thank God I don't watch YouTube enough.
Yeah. So basically, someone had posted it and they said, "Look, I don't endorse this candidate. I'm not saying I vote for this candidate or anything." They were like, "But this is something people should say."
Is it D's nuts?
And it was Donald Trump, and it was a speech that he had made that had been chopped up in a certain way that really made him look like a Nazi lunatic.
Oh, well, that's not you can do it with anybody else.
So the kid who was presenting this video, he was Indian, and he said
American Indian or East Indian?
East Indian.
It was a joke.
And he was like, "Look, I'm Indian." He goes, "I'm not saying Donald Trump's a good guy or whatever like that." He goes, "But I need you to watch this."
Yeah,
and he
he
showed
posted
the
the
chopped up
actual-
video versus the actual video. And you watch a chopped up video, which a lot of people saw, and you're like, man, what a fucking lunatic, dude. And then you watch the actual video where they took those cuts from, and you listen to what he has to say, and it's like, I'm not saying I agree with him, but the presentation.
I don't necessarily disagree. That's what I say to people that I don't really agree with, but I don't want to disagree with them. I don't actually disagree, but I don't actually want to be on record as agreeing with them either.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you is an easy way out of that one.
Yeah, but the tone of what he was saying, the way that he was saying
the
certain
tenor,
things,
right?
It was just. It painted it in an entirely different light.
Of
And the
course.
fucked up part was the uncut one is the one that paints it in an entirely different light. But the cut one that's supposed to give you the quick rundown of what he was trying to say, it's like, no, you guys manufactured.
No. Editor wanted him to say.
And that's the problem. We don't have time to fucking. We're all sucking at the tit, fucking getting ready to go fucking on our way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like real quick, like whatever. It's bullshit. That's why you gotta do your research, man. You gotta do your research.
Dude, I just kind of feel like.
I hear it's going to be Trump Sanders.
I came to this country to lead, not to read.
But I just kind of feel like, as somebody who's going to vote for Bernie Sanders no matter what, we watch the media manipulate his campaign and everything that he says and everything that he does, and we watch a lot of manipulation in favor of Hillary Clinton. So as somebody who has a candidate who's suffering from this, I feel like I have an obligation, even when it's somebody I don't like and somebody I don't agree with, to say, you should not be doing that to him either.
Well, they do it to Hillary, too. I mean, there's haters on every side. The thing is that Hillary's so deep in the pocket on this. You know, she's been around. She is, if you look on paper, she's the most qualified person. You know?
On paper, yeah.
On paper. You know what I'm saying? Which is scary because she's not
also
qualified
the
at
scariest
all.
Motherfucker.
You know, she couldn't even control her husband. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what kind of wife is that? I'm just saying.
Bad woman. But yeah, I don't know. We were talking earlier about how media controls people's opinions and the way it's shaping a lot of different.
Well, yeah, well, that's what it is. It's all about how you're. Look, man, if that's the first thing you're seeing, you know, you can't unring a bell sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know,
it's perception. You know, big money.
So wait, so you got the you have the video here
of the
well, this thing or the comparison, like a clip of each one being compared.
Yeah, but I don't want to play it
Okay.
right now. People will find it for themselves. I'm looking for something else. Fuck. Where did it go? Fan captures video of Meatloaf collapsing on stage.
That could be taken such a weird way.
That could be taken in a lot of weird ways.
Yeah, it should use more eggs.
Like, aren't more people surprised that
mashed
Meatloaf
potatoes.
was on a stage recently? Like, what the fuck?
No, he's one of these guys. Like, he had a lot of hits, man. You get people who had one hit back in the
Yeah,
fucking
but who
60s.
the hell walks around with common knowledge of, Meatloaf's still touring? Like, nobody really...
You guys got your Meatloaf tickets, man?
I would have bet on the side that he's still touring. Like freaking Tommy James. I mean, there's all sorts of people touring on one song, and that guy had a couple big albums. I think it was before. He's always been a performer. That's what he's always done.
It's just kind of weird.
The fact that he's still alive now, that's a whole other point.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because that guy puts a whole shitload in, and the fact that he's collapsed, I can't believe only one person caught it. I mean, where was he playing? Was he playing the Mohegan Casino?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
But it's creepy though that when somebody like, there was this thing that came out a few years ago where Bill Nye the Science Guy was doing like a lecture, and he was on stage in front of a bunch of people. He collapsed for some reason, and the news was like, it's pretty twisted that no one got up to help him. But when you looked at the audience, all you saw was a whole
Bunch of kids?
legion of cell phones in the air, like
Oh,
this
really?
It was
filming
so
what was going on.
fucked up, dude.
And you think about the dystopian implications of that moment, where a guy.
Dude, it's exactly like the Black Mirror episode, the one I constantly talk about. There's an episode where a chick wakes up, she doesn't know what the fuck's happening, she doesn't know what the hell is going on, and every single person that she encounters is just holding their phone up at her. They won't talk to her, they won't answer her. Like, all this terrifying shit is going on, and she's like being chased, and everyone, like in the entire town, everywhere, they're all just filming her. And that's exactly what real life is actually like most of the time.
Yeah, man. People want to be able to say, look what I captured, not look what I experienced. You know what I mean? And that's weird. There's a little
because
weird
you know it
implications
translates well. Here's why: because you can go on to YouTube and then you can measure your popularity.
Yeah.
You have a
you
metric
said
for how
something- yeah, you said
important
that
you
earlier.
are. And that's what it's about, dude. It's about getting likes on Facebook. Believe me, if there wasn't Facebook or there wasn't an outlet for those things, somebody wouldn't just be capturing the show to their friends. They wouldn't be happy.
Right.
Certain things, like people arguing on the bus or certain things, you know, well, there'll only be certain things that would be captured, but not to the level it is now. It's about, and then people go on manufacturing situations in order to then, you know, be able to present videos, because
that's what planking is. You're manufacturing an activity.
Here's the thing, though, is that you get enough hits, it turns into dollars. There's people that make revenue.
Sure.
PewDiePie fucking makes millions of bucks off just fucking talking about fucking
video games, dude.
Video games, you know, being a little bit funny, being fucking cute Norwegian guy, whatever. You know? And that's what everybody. That's the new dream. You don't have to play basketball. You don't have to leave your fucking house. You can, you know, you live in summer areas. Just go out fucking hanging out your window during the summertime.
Yeah.
All sorts of shit going on.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's weird, but you're right, man. Like the amount of YouTube hits you get has an impact on the validity of how people see their opinion.
And because it also is an avenue to affect pop culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can trace back, well, you know, where Eyebrows on Fleek is from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. It's just strange. You know, it's not strange. It's just another way to document and stuff like that. But the point is that I'm sure she wasn't saying that in order to generate this whole thing, but it did generate this whole thing. So other people see that, and then they start emulating it. You know, I'm all for things that are original, no matter whether I even like them or not. You know, it's the people that follow in the wake of originality that usually is what brings the society down. And because of mass communication, we've got so many people. We've got so many. Anywhere you go, any predilection you have, you can find somebody out there that's sympathetic and somebody to follow or somebody to lead.
Right.
You know, and that's to me that's what it seems like. I rarely get on the computer these days. I get on to watch Netflix. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on Facebook in weeks. I posted a picture from some show I did a couple weeks ago, or maybe just in my room. I get people all the time. Oh, you see what I posted on Facebook, or did you get my message? No, I haven't gotten. Like I'll check them once a day, see fucking, or once every couple of days, see how many notifications I got. Most of them are notifications for shit I don't even have an interest in. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get like a million notifications now of a bunch of shit that's live all the time. This news is live, that person's live, this is live, this is live. But they're not notifications that are like personally connected
it's
to
like
me anymore.
Live, like all day long.
The what?
Vacation.
Live all day long, yeah.
Like I get these notifications like oh, well, what's this?
Yeah, dude, it's live all day.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Sure? Yeah, man.
Wait, I don't even know what that means. I'm so far out of touch, I don't even know what that means.
The wrestler?
The wrestler Rikishi.
No, not who that is, but what it means about being
he's
live.
online.
Oh, yeah, like people are broadcasting to Facebook.
He's always on.
Oh, well, I didn't realize.
So
you
shut the notifications.
But I guess you gotta keep yourself out there. You know, you gotta keep.
No,
yeah, it's a way to stay relevant.
If you're building a brand for yourself, absolutely. We were talking kind of more. I thought we were talking more about just the average Joe walking down the street. Somebody should be helping somebody in distress. You know what I'm saying, as opposed to building an ice collapse and. Somebody could have gone.
It reminds me of the Seinfeld episode where the guy was getting mugged and they were in that town, you know, and they were.
Towards the end where they all got bugged at the last episode.
They carjacked him and everything like that, and then it's like, no, you have to do something. It's a new law. Oh, no, we don't. We don't have to do anything. What are you talking about? They're voyeurs, you know. They're just like people like to watch.
Well, and this is the reason why George, what's his name? George, who's the shooter in Florida? Fucking George.
Fucking Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman. His gun recently went for $250 grand on eBay, dude. So bought that gun for $250 grand.
What the fuck?
I said, wouldn't it be the most insane thing if someone bought the gun and then shot him with it?
I would love. That's what I said. Yeah, I told Aaron that. I said the same thing.
He was robbing me for $250.
I hope somebody puts $20,000 in his hand, takes the gun, loads it, shoots him, and takes their money
it was like
back.
$250. It was either $250 or $350. It was a massive amount of money. It wasn't $20 grand. It was
it was some ridiculous shit.
Dude,
and somebody said because it's and the guy who bought it was making an argument, like the website that he was trying to use to sell it, like argued the sale and said no, you can't use our shit. And the guy who wanted to buy it had to make some sort of a statement defending his purchase, and he's like, well, it's a piece of American history. That's the only reason that I want it.
It's no different than having Aaron Burr's pistol.
Yeah, right. You know, it's no different.
From that perspective, I don't. That's what look. Capitalism is what we've based our economic system on, and that's the problem. Is everything works great. Catholicism works great on paper.
We've got a really twisted system now of inequitable comparisons.
No, I've always been a big fan of melding the best points of, like, even personally with like spirituality, cherry picking the best points of religion, as well as I feel cherry picking the best points of economic situations. I'm all for some sense of I'm a little buzzed now. What do they call that when what they got in Norway? That they're always saying a lot. Obama is a fucking
socialist.
Social. I'm all for a moderate social thing.
Sure,
socialism.
of course.
Because they got this many people and you got this much disparity. Think about it. We brought over a whole culture of people to enslave, and then one day just not happening anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so that's a whole subculture going on there that's still perpetuated. It's going to perpetuate for a long time because of what's put in place. And then on top of that, you've got waves of immigrants. Right now it's the Mexicans, but it used to be the Irish, it used to be the Italians.
Sure, right,
it was all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except for the English. Anyway.
English. You English?
That's the thing. Everything's that's the other thing too. Everything's so politically correct. We really need shit like All in the Family, like Norman Lear, and who's the other one? And Mel Brooks, man. You have a respect. You can mock society and be politically incorrect, and that's what motivates people to fucking adjust their level of political correctness. That's a personal level, not now like it is. Like there's just blanket shit that goes in place, and political correctness is
it's out of control,
man.
dude.
It makes me be way more politically incorrect than I'm comfortable being sometimes.
Yeah,
but sometimes you
very
gotta buck the system, man. You gotta make clear that hey, that's one of the reasons why I like Brickleberry. The motherfuckers they're the most racist, sexist, fucking. And they're making fun of everyone, down the line, and it's actually
what
pretty
Dave
funny.
Chappelle did successfully.
Yeah, well, exactly. And there's always been
and Mel
people,
Brooks.
Right. These days, like Mel Brooks would get crucified today.
Blazing Saddles.
Look at Adam Sandler. Okay, now I'm not saying Adam Sandler's Mel Brooks. Okay,
right.
But he always gets crucified for his stereotypes. But he's poking fun at the.
He's making fun of it. That's it.
We were watching the Golden Girls the other day, and he's like, half these jokes would never be allowed now.
Right, exactly.
I get on the fucking Golden Girls, and it's true.
Yeah. Dude, and they addressed everything. And they did it with a smile, like they were laughing about certain shit. And I was like, wow.
All the family came out in the 70s. And it wasn't just black and white. It was generational issues that got explored, familial, husband-wife relationships.
Sure.
All that shit now is, everybody's just got witty banter now. It's all Dawson's Creek. Everybody,
right.
Everybody's got the snappy comeback.
Don't bring that up in front of Mr. Richard Berry.
What, Dawson's Creek? Yeah, I know all about it.
Oh, he's all about it?
Yeah.
I don't remember what he said.
He's just all about it.
He's all.
Well,
he was terrified. He was horrified to hear that Katie Holmes had banana boobs, but.
How do you not expect that?
He's like, how do you know? I'm like, because she was naked in a movie. He's like, wait, what movie was this?
Yeah.
Of course she does. You can just look at her and
see. Of course she. I don't know. I always thought she was. I don't know. Katie Holmes. Yeah. But he's all about Dawson's Creek, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was
I'm more of a Michelle Williams fucking guy.
You're talking about political correctness and how that affects the society, and like I was looking at this article earlier where they were talking about how teens of today are lamer than teens of previous generations, which I feel like our generation talks about all the time what pussies the younger ones are.
Versus, what do you think the guys ahead of us are saying?
I mean, I think we're sort of on par with a lot of. I think that's why when you hit like people in their 30s now get along with everybody above their 30s very easily because we're all like, yeah, we all.
That wasn't always the case, though.
But no, definitely was not.
Yes,
but there's been a plateau.
When you hit 50,
it's been this way forever, dude. You put
stats. Millennials are.
For what stats?
Yeah, there's no stats.
Let's give them a award for best lyricist while we're at it of all time.
Survey. Okay.
How many people were surveyed? Where was the survey taken? Did it take place in Levittown, Pennsylvania?
According to a newly published report from the Center for Disease Control.
Center for Disease Control.
Kids today are having less sex and doing fewer drugs than any generation since the CDC started gathering this type of data in 1991.
No. They're not doing less. They're not doing less drugs, and this is why they're not having sex, dude. Let me tell you. Me and my son have this conversation all the time. These girls, you bang them, and they're like, I've never come like this. Because you know what? All these kids today are either recovering alcoholics, okay, or they're on dope, or they're on prescription drugs, and they can't get their dicks up. So I believe that statement is completely true, but I don't think that has anything to do with that. I don't see how that correlates to your original statement.
Of the teens who answered the CDC survey in 1991, a respectable 54.1% of them had already lost their virginity. That actually sounds low
liars.
To me. Yeah, right. That sounds low to me. But in 2014, 2015, just 41% of those.
No.
progressive
People have
fans,
definitely
not
become softer and more. Look, man. Again, this goes to political correctness. You lose a certain. Like there's a certain.
You learn
there's certain things that are always basic. There are always things that are base instincts between that attractions between the sexes. Okay.
Right.
And that gets watered down now with the advent. And I'm all for. Like man, I'm all for civil rights and I'm all for women's rights and all that stuff. But the women's rights movement has turned more women into men and more men. Like you get women out that are sexual predators, dude.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's insane. Some of these girls out there. Whereas these guys now don't want to do anything. Like you tell a girl to smile and she's like, "Are you raping me?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I made this joke the other day. And, I got a friend, one of Cindy's friends, best friends. Friends with her. I've known her girl since she was 11 years old. So she posted something the other day on Facebook. 20 more days till I'm no longer jailbait. So I was gonna like it, and I said, you know what? Instead I wrote, well, I was gonna like this, but you know, okay? Oh man, the 16-year-old film, first chick starts off, oh SVU much? Like I'm like, okay, this is exactly why I didn't like it. I pointed out the irony in bringing the feminazis before you know they're talking about college rape campus, rapes on college campuses and all that shit.
Because you liked the picture.
No, I didn't like the picture. No, I just liked her statement that she's going to be 18. She's been looking to be forward to being 18 for a long time. That's all she was saying. You know what I'm saying? And because I made the comment of instead of just liking it, instead of just liking it, I said I'd like this, but you don't. Because I'm meaning, people would be the 80s come out of the woodwork.
Right, and then they did anyway.
Absolutely did.
Just because idiocracy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the political these days you can't, like I said, Cindy's working at the Inkwell. There's a girl working there who's like they're up to 4 o'clock in the morning. There's people drunk coming all the time.
Sure,
and it's a restaurant. You gotta have a little.
Yeah, I used to go there a long time ago.
There's a girl who's like, oh my god, this table's creaming out. I can't serve them. Well, what they do to you? Nothing. What they say to you? Nothing. Well, just the way they're looking at me. Yeah, honey, look at you wearing a fucking baby top and a fucking pair of short shorts. They're gonna be looking at you. Number one. Number two, they didn't say anything or didn't do anything to you. By the end of the night, the girls, and this is a girl who. I don't want to say too much, but anyway. By the end of the night, the girl's sitting down and trying to educate these people on rape statistics and the rape culture. And it's, don't get me wrong, there is a huge fucking rape on college campuses, rape and
sure.
the roofies and the bars and the bar A's and anywhere is no laughing
sure,
matter. It's out of control. But when you can't tell somebody, hey, smile. I was in Walgreens one day and this chick said, hey, you should smile. She's an older woman. I said, are you raping me? And she looked at me like, and then I was in trouble because now I was the one being inappropriate.
Right.
I should know she had no clue. She was fucking like 10 years older than me.
Right.
I was just making a tongue and I was with Cindy making a tongue and fucking cheek comment. But again, the sensitivity. So that I could see building into why there's more virgins these days than there are because there is always that basal attraction. I don't care. Chicks will always be attracted to dudes who the majority of chicks will be attracted to dudes who are self-confident, okay, and almost on the line of borderline being dicks. You see it all the time. Nice guys don't get fucking, for the most part, all right?
Right.
On the average, I'm talking about on the average, if you take a wide, make a very broad generalizations here, don't get the chicks because they're boring. I know so many girls that are like, I'd rather date this heroin addict because he's a little exciting. You don't know what he's going to do than this guy who could totally take care of me.
Yeah, he's like a,
maybe when I'm ready to settle down at 30, he's still available. Okay,
dude.
When it comes to sex and teenagers, dude, it's about fucking.
That's why I used to do heroin.
I tell her all the time.
Heroin getting you laid since fucking 92.
I tell her all the time, man. Women are attracted to men who are kind of a little bit dangerous.
They are, and I personally,
because there's a primal desire. There's a certain primal desire for certain things.
This is one of the issues that I have to deal with somewhat regularly because my persona and the public art performance, the performance art persona and all that shit are, be honest, like the stories I tell on here and Nice in the Face, they're all true stories, but they're presented in such a way people think that that's really me, and so I get these girls that aren't expecting, like I started hanging with them and I show some little bit of sensitivity and they don't want to hear it. They're like, no, you're supposed to soak it up. You're supposed to be this fucking, or you get girls who go out and ask other people about me on Facebook instead of my real friends, and they get these ideas. But that's what attracts them to me when they find out that I'm, no, I'll cry over the evening news, or you know what I'm saying. I'm not,
right.
It's difficult line to walk. Of course, at that point, I've usually won them over with my charm and my penal skills. But
at that point, shit.
Yeah, because I'm not afraid of no pussy. Okay, so that's also my favorite. But a lot of these kids are brought up to be sensitive. Sensitive new age guys. Christine Lavin has a song called "Sensitive New Age Guys," and it's all about
why can't we do away with extremes when it comes to things?
Yeah, like hipster mustaches.
Like when we were raised, and even more so before we were raised, or us, there was this whole thing about be tough, toughen up, and then it swings the whole other way where it's like be sensitive, be nice, be kind, and it's like, why can't both be true?
Well, exactly.
Right?
We were just talking about the balance between being able to tell somebody fuck you but also being able to give somebody the jacket off your back when it's needed. It's not about winning all the time, but it's about doing your best all the time. Sometimes your best means losing, letting somebody else,
doing the right thing.
And you catch, because you'll catch some draft off of that, you know.
Right.
Yeah, going the right way. Hey, sometimes taking it on the chin is the best thing you can do. For your life and for everybody else. Is just having to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, yo, horribly awkward is in the chat. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. What's
Chick like bad boys, which I am not. Haha.
Let's see.
Why I'm single. Maybe I should do more drugs. Yeah, you should. Stupid. Why weren't you doing that a while ago?
They're probably having less sex and doing less drugs because they're interacting with each other less and having far more other addictions, internet, video games.
But all that is interacting with people, though, and people get laid instantly on the internet these days. Don't fool you. The people who know their game will get laid.
Yeah, but wouldn't you agree that there's still a sort of lack of human connection there? It's like paying,
not necessarily. Not necessarily.
It's a different twist on it.
Well, if you think about it, too, though, I mean, like, what about
it's
kids?
a shorter path.
Well, wait a minute. But what about a long time ago when kids used to just get the shit kicked out of them if they weren't good at sports? Now they got a lot more friends than they ever would have had.
I get that,
because they went online and they played video games and they did what their natural ability and what their natural interest was.
The debate is what counts as legitimate human connection.
Well, who are you to decide what's legitimate for somebody else?
I'm not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So to me, that's an irrelevant conversation because.
Well, it's not totally irrelevant.
No, it is totally irrelevant because once you start saying what's legit, once you start using words like legit, that means that somebody's setting a standard. I still don't want to know nobody's setting a standard for me.
But there is a difference between a totally superficial relationship and an intimate relationship.
But there are tons of face-to-face, completely superficial.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a bunch of bankers. You have a bunch of mailmen. You don't give a fuck about that guy. You know,
more likely, really, what they're thinking on the internet than you are face-to-face. That's for fucking damn sure.
And
I know people. I've got people I've known for years that they seem like okay, and then they get on the internet and they're like racist. They're just. Whoa! Yeah, I'm not even. I'm gonna defriend you, and I'm not. I'll talk to you in person.
Tony, maybe the argument is just like the argument before, which is how come all of it can't be important simultaneously? So maybe who I am digitally versus who I am personally, maybe those two things are equally as important. Maybe they're all
cool.
They should be because it's about how you carry yourself in all phases of your life.
It's about how you deal with individual situations, and the thing is, you don't know that until you've been faced with those individual situations.
Do you walk around? You can walk around all day.
Right. But at the same time, I don't want to say that there's no difference between an intimate human connection versus a superficial human connection. And even though, I guess you
Stephen Hawkins, dude.
But
this is a guy talking to a computer. I can say I don't think your point is, unless I'm not letting you finish. I'll let you finish.
Well, what I'm saying is, I feel like it devalues it to say that there's no way to put any sort of. I'm not saying that there should be a standard guide as to what counts and what doesn't, but. If your relationship with somebody is they're your drug dealer and you're their drug purchaser, and your other relationship is somebody who's your best friend who knows every secret about you, there's a difference between the how dimensional that relationship is and how deep it goes.
No, really, it's a relationship born of necessity, not.
There's
mutual.
There's one philosophy I like to generally live by. Position
devalue it. It doesn't devalue the relationship.
People spend way too much more time worrying about what other people are doing and quantifying that than they do on themselves. I'm not talking about you personally, but I'm saying in general that happens. As far as I'm concerned, whatever, dude. I'm not going to try and say what somebody else is doing is art or isn't art or is legitimate or not legitimate or is good or not. That's up to them. I can tell you how I feel about it, and this is where it gets me in trouble sometimes because I have a thing with people that are judgmental, yet when I say that, people say, well, you're being judgmental. No, I'm not. I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not saying that this is the way it is.
I don't give a fuck what happens after I say
Right, exactly. I'm putting it out there, and I know my opinion is only as valuable as I hold it to myself.
Cheers.
And it only lasts as long as my fucking, the sound waves can carry my fucking voice.
Right.
You know?
It's almost time to cut to another break. So what I want to say is Ice and the Face. Sarah and I are going to be at the Beer Garden on the roof on July 10th. We're doing the 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. show, and that part of the show is free. So we really hope to see as many people out there as possible.
What's the date?
July 10th. That's going to be a Sunday. It starts at 11 a.m. We'll be on the roof of the Beer Garden, and we're going to be doing a 20-minute set up there. So please come on up there and get a drink. As part of the Asbury Park Comedy and Podcast Festival. And we were chosen, and one of the headliners for that show is Jim Florentine, the stand-up comedian. So definitely go to asburyparkpodfest.com for more information. Check that out and get tickets for the 2 p.m. show and the 5 p.m. show. And some of it's going on at House of Independence, some of them at the Beer Garden. So go to that website and check it out. We're going to cut to our next break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to close it up. So stick with us. And holler.
You're listening to us. And the face.
Well, since we're on the topic, though, of people getting off in public, man-filmed pleasure. First off, I don't know if you guys are going to know what this word means. I was happy there was a picture. No, man filmed pleasuring himself with aubergine on public transport. Do you know what that is? It's an eggplant. I had no fucking idea that's what they were called, an aubergine. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that.
You
but anyway,
never lived.
And he's fucking an eggplant?
Well, he's sort of got an eggplant up his ass with his pants off on a bus.
This is way better.
And then he just sort of, while being filmed, just gets up and moves to another seat with an eggplant hanging out of his asshole. Yeah. Now I
was
feel
this
like
one of those real small ones? Because eggplants are pretty bulbous.
Yeah, they're pretty.
They are, but you know,
I mean, it'd be like putting a rutabaga in your asshole.
It's like my grandma used to say. You'd be surprised what you can get in an ass.
Your grandma used to tell you that.
You know, you'd be surprised you can wedge up there, and you know, I don't know what sort of pleasure he's getting from it though, because he just sort of looks like you got up and scratched his ass cheek and sat back down. I mean, what is he wriggling on this thing and like? Where's the pleasure coming from? What if it went in, you know, with the tip where it was ripped off the vine? You know, that thing's a little jagged.
I'm sure he prepared it ahead of time.
Prepared it how?
Yeah,
like into a nice baba ganoush.
I thought maybe like he whittled it and shaped it, like, you know, which in that case just get yourself a comfort though. You don't need this.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. And this seems to be happening in public a lot, too, especially on buses. Now, I know riding on public buses is supposed to be a horrible experience.
It is horrible, dude.
Holy
Especially
shit.
when you're going across the whole fucking country.
Can't imagine. I can't imagine.
It's one of those places where you shouldn't take your babies.
Yeah.
I think that just in general, babies shouldn't be public. Mostly,
yeah, they should be
a private matter.
Yeah,
I mean, like when
under
does
the stairs.
Like when does a baby have to leave the house anyway?
They're not doing anything.
The only time a baby needs to leave the house is for your convenience. It's not like the baby has to go outside to like get to the office. Like
get the baby cage. I wrote a whole article about this on Spooky Meat. It's worth a read.
If we lived in a society where the middle class was treated right, maybe we could do stuff like this, but we don't.
All right, well now we're getting serious and political, and I agree with you. And look, if getting the middle class back to homeostasis means no babies in public, then let's get to work on this. You and I should be running for some sort of government.
What, the print more money fucking
we're the print more money party.
Yeah.
That party already existed, and that's why we're fucked now.
That's why we're fucked now, right? I was just gonna print it here at home.
We're running ink. That's how we could tell that it's worth something.
Yeah. What do you got next, Sarah?
I was reading an article. Their doctors talked about some of the most ridiculous excuses that people have ever given them for why things ended up places.
Nice.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Go on.
One guy had a carrot in his ass. And he told the doctor it might have been because he had carrot soup 2 days earlier.
Did he not use his mouth?
Right? Like he thought it would shred it up and he'd puke out the fucking soup. I don't know.
Well, I read that
the nutritional value.
They're better
directly
ingested
into the
rectally. And they're good for your eyes. So you want the whole. They said to eat whole foods. I guess I figured whatever. Go ahead.
Or
maybe he was trying to lure a donkey.
Or a dolphin.
Dolphins don't eat carrots. Don't be ridiculous.
No, they just rape people.
Yeah, that's it.
Or a woman came in with a toy in her ass. It was one of those tails, the horse tails.
Oh yeah, sure.
And she said that she was dressing up for a kid's birthday party and her costume got stuck.
Why does everyone shove? There's so many shoving up the ass stories. What is the obsession with?
Because it's a taboo, Stones.
That's the reason why it occurs.
The ass. No matter how much ass fucking you watch on Pornhub,
you've given us some real thought.
The ass is still a mystical place.
Right.
So of course, I give this some thought. Have you ever been on this show before?
So
I think about this constantly.
So the reason why people shove all this shit in their ass, I mean, it's not shit. I mean, that's what's supposed to be in your ass is shit. But just random stuff is because it's a taboo thing.
Tony
to do.
Tedesco and I have spoken about this at length. The ass can be a fun place if worked right. What I don't get is why shoving a fucking eggplant up there and
vegetation. And
there are so many better things.
Well, maybe he's an ecophile.
He could be an ecophile. That's a possibility. But even then, I mean, just a carrot, I don't know, man.
Is it a sense of accomplishment? Is that where we've been whittled down to? Is that we find a sense of accomplishment after we've completely shoved something in our ass? We're like, oh, thank God, that's done.
The amount of dumbass things that people think is an accomplishment. It's this generation, Stones. I met somebody about a year ago who worked at Foot Locker and said they were a sneakerologist. So let's just focus on for a minute on what delusional world it is that someone thinks they're a professional at Foot Locker with the title of sneakerologist. Yeah. That's the type of world where a carrot breaching your anus hole would be considered.
Now
I can get my certificate.
I did it
on the refrigerator.
my online certification.
Yeah, I got my online certification. We won. Holy fuck. So today, go ahead. Yeah, you go
all right,
next.
so
yeah.
then
there's more.
another guy with a vacuum hose stuck on his dick.
Okay.
He arrived wearing a sweater, shoes, and a blanket, and he insisted that he had been instructed to clean his house while nude because of his dust allergy. While vacuuming, the man had become, in his words, inexplicably fatigued,
yeah,
and took an impromptu nap with the Hoover while running. At this time, his penis must have flopped into the vacuum hose. His arousal was, he insisted, involuntary.
Sure. It just flopped over.
The hose was finally cut off with a surgical rotary saw.
Why don't you just turn the vacuum off? He's got an extension cord that goes all the way to the hospital. He's like, this is so embarrassing.
This trip at least once a week.
Yeah. They're like, hey, the vacuum guy's here again.
He's holding the hose with one hand, the other hand is in the jerk off shirt.
His jerk shirt.
He's got the jerk shirt going. He's like, well, I filled up the storm drain outside, so I had to come up with something different. I figure I could change the bag in this every so often. And he takes the vacuum bag out, and it's filled with cum like a water balloon.
Coming to ants.
Yeah, and it's all like. What he drops it on the way to the garbage. Cat runs over and starts licking it up off the kitchen floor. It smells like death. Like, what is this?
Death and chlorine.
Yeah. You see all that dust in there? I told you I'm allergic.
So I gotta be nude.
Yeah, I gotta be nude to avoid an allergy.
Just talking to the cat though.
You know, you don't avoid an allergy by being nude. You're supposed to put a fucking hazmat
you're
suit
supposed
on. Like,
to avoid an allergy, you take all your clothes off and then surround yourself with the thing you're allergic to.
Yeah, and then
That's
Jim.
like, it'd be like me taking my clothes off and going to an oyster bar and being like, that's what they told me to do.
Yeah, this is to protect me from the allergy.
Fucking idiots.
A teenager came in complaining that he couldn't pee.
Uh-oh.
He took him into the exam room and told him to drop his pants, and the doctor saw 2 iPhone earbuds sticking out of the dick.
What?
His story was that he had been sleeping naked while listening to music, and his earbuds must have fallen out. That is such a weak, disappointing fucking
It also
excuse.
means he's got a wide-ass dick hole.
Yeah.
That just sucks things up around
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's like
the
a
vacuum.
fucking sleepy anteater.
Yeah. What if the first guy got his dick stuck in the other guy's dick?
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
weird.
like, what if he was the vacuum?
Yeah.
The end of the vacuum hose.
Yeah. Fuck, man, earbuds. Like so what? Like he had to shove the whole like wire up there and everything, so just the bud parts are hanging out.
It's insane. Like what?
And at that
Why?
point, honestly, just grab him and pull him out. Like, what is the doctor gonna do?
Grab him and pull him out.
Yeah, grab him and pull. He's gonna stay here, bite down on this jerk off shirt.
You deserve whatever pain happens to you at this point.
Yeah, right. And the guy with the vacuum on his dick is in the waiting room, like, bro, holy fuck, I'd rather be me than you right now. But back to the vacuum dick for just a minute, man. I do not understand why guys put their dicks in things that make the blood rush to the head. You know, and then it just becomes like a big purple, like
well,
hammer.
This is a little different than that. I mean, these are earbuds.
Oh yeah, well this guy's
I
fucking
wonder
with his
what
urethra.
he thought. Like, well, I guess depending on where the plug part of it was. Like, I wonder if he thought, like, if I put the music on really loud,
Yeah,
it
the
could vibrate.
vibrations from
I'll
the
know what it's
inside
like to be
out.
a chick. and
Yeah,
have
right,
A
yeah,
vibrator.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick these earbuds in my giant man clit.
Yeah.
My man clit hole.
Yeah.
And go use the woman's bathroom.
Yeah, right.
Not North Carolina.
Yeah. People are like, "What? No, you can't use this bathroom." You
He's
pull
like-
your dick out the
He's
earbuds.
like, yo, I
they're
got
like,
earbuds in my dick.
and like even the
Clearly.
rednecks guarding the ladies' room wouldn't even know what to do with that. They'd be like, "We need a third bathroom."
And someone else kneels down and puts him in his ear and he's like, I love this fucking song.
Yeah, oh, dude, what is this? It's like, oh, it's big and
It's
small.
Skrillex.
Yeah.
I was jerking off a dolphin to this the other day.
Yeah, this is my dubstep dick.
This is my dolphin dubstep
Yeah.
mix. Dolphin dubs.
You know what probably happened? He put on his jerk shirt. He got his hands confused, and he went to put his earbuds in, and he accidentally stuck them in his dick because he didn't know which hand was his.
He had just finished eating some carrot soup. He didn't know, he was all disoriented.
Yeah, and the doctor's like, dude, yeah, but this is a hoof. Like, how do you not know this isn't your hand? Why do you have a hoof? Or a flipper. I don't know. I get my flippers and my hands confused. Is there more? All right. Well, this is a story I pulled up today that was a little jarring. There's a new documentary coming out about men who live as dogs.
Like that. Like this is enough. There's enough
What do you want?
of them to make a documentary out
Well,
of
I'll
it.
tell you what. There's
Like,
at
there's-
least 3 of them.
Do
There's
they
at
live
least
together?
and one of them is named Boot Brush.
Wait, do they live in?
I don't know if they live together, but
geographically are they in the same
well, they
town?
they
or-
play with chew
is this
toys
like
together. They roll around in the yard
so they
together.
are they're close enough. They were in close enough proximity.
Well,
This is what happens
this
when
sounds like-
society cracks.
This sounds like Catholicism.
Well,
Really.
this is well. Each one of them,
spreading.
they each have their own master too. You know, one of them had to go online to find the master. I would love to read you what he said because
Can we contact them, please?
let's see.
Please contact the master.
Then I had here we go.
I hope it's the dog whisperer.
Tom's discovery of puppy play came about gradually.
Puppy play.
He knew he liked
I did
sleeping
this.
in a collar, had a fetish for
I worked him into it
skin-tight
slowly.
clothing, even off the peg cycling shorts. Then came a Dalmatian Zentai suit he found on eBay, a 1-pound orange lead from Pets at Home, until eventually a man in a club walked up to him and said, "Oh, right, so you're a pup." The realization was not without its repercussions. It led to a breakup with his former fiancée, Rachel, and move into a gay relationship with his new handler, Colin. This gets so much weirder. I wouldn't say it was the catalyst, but it was the straw that broke the camel's back, said
not
Tom.
Gay, it's
then I had
bestiality.
this moment of panic because a
Right.
puppy without a collar is a stray. They don't have anyone to look after them.
But
so we got into this relationship because
with
the
a
other
dog
guy,
fucker, he got in the
the
relationship
other
with a
guy,
dog fucker.
yeah,
Was
yeah.
it dog catcher?
The other, he's a dog cat. I know the dog is the catcher here, I think. But I started chatting with Colin online, and he offered to look after me. So this guy just shows up in a rubber dog suit, and he plays in the yard, and the other guy just goes along with it and treats him like a dog. I can tell by your frozen faces that you cannot fucking believe that this is really happening.
No, I can absolutely believe that this is happening, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I
people
can
have
too, but,
split
like-
in some fucked up ways, dude.
Yeah, word.
And like people are just listen. You live in a society where people made up a religion in order to scare you behind closed doors
Right,
when they
and
can't
people are
watch you.
starved for
In a
human
situation where
interaction.
people think they're being watched all the time, so
And
they don't even
connection.
have to be watched anymore.
Yeah.
I think-
People can't fucking masturbate in their own shirts in public.
Right,
Like
yeah.
sooner
Or
or later,
drain
people
pipes.
are gonna fucking crack.
Or
And
Much
it-
like the
and-
dolphins, much like the dolphins, frustrated together in a
Right,
tank.
yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
just needs to reach out and jerk us all off to make life better. But let's be clear here. I'm not hating.
Is every style when they sleep with each other doggy style?
Oh, it's all doggy style. I don't know, dude, but I've seen dogs have sex missionary position, and there is something weirdly
Have you
wrong
seen
with
that?
that.
I've
Yeah,
never
I've seen
that.
it.
I've never
Seen
seen that.
what?
Dogs have sex missionary position.
Are they
So
like
they
when
can,
they're
like,
like looking
when
at
they're
each other? Are
romantically
they looking at
involved?
each other in the eyes, like all like?
Well, no, the one dog was kind of looking up at the camera with his tongue hanging out, like, "What are you doing? Like, leave us alone." You know how many milk bones it took to get her in this position?
They're watching a porn and it's a dude jerking off a dolphin.
Yeah, and the dude and the dog should stand there, like, where do I even fit in all of this? I don't know.
This feels right though.
Yeah, and then the guy in the jerk off shirt with the carrot up his ass, holding an eggplant.
It's carrot soup.
In a dog suit.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, in the dog suit.
It's because it gives him good vision.
Like, this is the weirdest collection of store. Like,
You should see what my show notes look like.
it probably looks like Patrick Bateman's notebook.
Handicap jerk off, dolphin jerk off, ninja masturbator, human pups. Like,
Yeah.
Human pups.
And then there's another fucking picture of a fucking eggplant, and the headline is "Unlucky Man snaps."
unlucky eggplant
Unlucky man snaps his dick in half during vigorous sex.
with the eggplant.
Yeah, like what's the eggplant have to do?
I don't know
with
what the eggplant has to do with it. They just showed an eggplant cut in half. I don't even. It doesn't even go into
Is
the
it
story.
because there's no dick pics allowed, so they showed an eggplant
Yeah,
to
yeah,
represent
yeah.
a penis?
Yeah, but his dick snapped in half. Like I just imagine like a really crisp pickle when you break it in half. Like
That's like a real thing.
Oh!
Like apparently, you can. Break. You could really break. You could honestly break your dick.
Sure, you
like,
could
that's
break
a-
your dick.
that's a
It's. I
thing.
mean.
What is it
That's a
that's
thing.
breaking exactly?
That's I don't know,
Yeah,
but I know.
that's-
I know it's a
I'm no
true. It's a
fucking
true.
biologist.
No,
It's
I
a
know
true
it
medical
is. I'm
condition,
just
but I don't
wondering,
know.
like, what exactly
Yeah,
is
because
being
you can't break it when it's
fractured
flaccid. When it's
or-
flaccid, you could fucking
Yeah, when it's
tie it in a
flaccid.
knot and then make it into a pretzel.
Exactly. When
You
it's
know,
flaccid,
fucking-
it's like
you
an
know.
octopus with an escape
Right, so it's
plan.
like- so how can
it
you
can
break it,
squeeze
you know?
into anything.
And then your hardness is supposed to be just engorged with blood. So what are you breaking? I don't.
You
fucking,
just snapping hard veins, or
yeah, fucking I don't know, man.
what's it sound like? It sounds like when you crack your knuckles,
like Rice Krispies?
and then like you pull it out and it's all at a 90-degree angle, and you're like, oh,
You're like, oh, no.
jiminy.
They call depressed.
You're like, oh no, shit. I can't finish like this.
I snap my dick, see?
I snap my dick, see? Yeah. My dick's at 90-degree angle. Don't take any crooked dicks out there.
Guess I gotta screw that career of taking pictures for all those biology books.
Yeah. Unless, of course, it's for this condition. There's a condition, it's a medical condition known as snapped in half dick.
Right.
And this is what it looks like.
Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah. Half cocked. Oh my God, what a nightmare. So, did you know that cereal was invented to help America stop masturbating?
Well, by Kellogg? That fucking nutcase psychopath?
I didn't even know he was a nutcase.
I was telling you about that with the whole
crazy.
circumcision stuff, man. That was Kellogg's fucking cornflakes bullshit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we had a conversation about that.
I mean, the minute I saw it, I thought to myself, like, yeah, if I had a handful of Cheerios, I wouldn't want to jerk off with those things all rubbing away at my cotton skin.
Cornflakes back then were not like cornflakes now. Cornflakes back then tasted like hard pieces of cardboard.
Right,
yeah, sure.
Right, they were not flavorful whatsoever.
It's exactly the kind of thing you would think would exist to make you stop jerking off.
Yeah.
That's what it tasted like.
I don't get what his obsession was with everybody else's sexual fucking anything.
I know, what's everyone's obsession with it now?
Right.
I just don't get how does a psychopath who's got a problem with sex become a cereal mogul?
He was a serial. I think he was a serial mogul first.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
Kellogg believed Americans' meat-centric diets led them to carnal sins. Highly seasoned meats, stimulating sauces, and dainty tidbits in endless variety, wrote Kellogg, a vegetarian, irritate the nerves and react upon the sexual organs.
What a weird dude.
You have a meat boner.
So this guy
get out of
just
my bedroom, man. What the fuck?
Not to mention, this guy who's just making up science in the garage is feeding all of us for eternities now. Like, fuck. What does this mean?
Ugh.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But, like, you know, that's what I thought. Like a handful of hard cereal and you're trying to jerk off. You're like, this isn't smooth.
That wasn't even all of it. He, like, opened up a fucking, like, place where people did these ridiculous things to people.
Yeah.
What? Like beyond the beyond the circumcision stuff?
Yeah, like he had like a whole asylum that he opened to give like insane quote unquote medical treatments to people.
Like just sterilized? Like
and every time the person was left destroyed and crying, he would put some Raisin Bran in front of him, like, here.
He'd be like, here,
2 scoops.
It's 2 scoops. Exactly.
And I'm just playing with already here. And we're back. Welcome back to Awesome Talk Season 6, Episode 12, the season finale. We would like to come back to do a shot of Cold Cock Whiskey together. Cold Cock Whiskey is one of our sponsors. Yes, go to coldcockwhiskey.com. Okay. Gags, you doing the shot with us, man?
I am.
All right.
From my seat.
Can you just cut to you for 1 second, just so they see that you're holding a drink, so it's official? Okay, good.
Over here.
Now we can come back. Where we go. So this is the Do a Cold Cock with Awesome Talk. All right, guys, Clinky. This is, 6 seasons of this. This is 72 episodes of this right here, everybody.
Oh no, not the Ep cooler.
No ghost free at least. Got no cancer in this vagina.
With the Ecto Cooler Chaser. Wow. I feel like I can almost chew that.
That's what she said.
The shaman told me to keep away from that.
Woo!
That's
Holy
how I feel,
shit.
feel about whole milk.
It's just so thick you can bite through it, right?
That's
It's agree, man. I agree. Sacks of just milk.
And this is the stuff like most of us grew up on, like
Right.
drinking this and
That.
I never had one
I
of
did
those
not
in my
grow
life.
up on that.
Me either.
Sorry, I did not.
No, this thing is rough. But it's a piece of
My
history.
mother wouldn't give me that. Oh my god, my mother
It's a
would
piece
kick
of
my
history,
ass
yes.
if I brought that home.
God, it's Jesus Christ Almighty! There's got to be like 4 tons of sugar. It's
Okay.
in that box.
You ever see The Invention of Lying with Ricky Gervais?
21 grams. I feel that's.
How many servings? Just one container? That's a
I
third.
hope that's one serving.
That's 1/3 of a Coke. Coke's just 75 grams of sugar.
Jeez. And this box is little. We were talking before. These shrunk.
And it's got 100% vitamin C in there.
Well, hey, at least we got that going for us.
Yeah. These some factory worker jizzed in a vat.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuzzy's healthy.
Ectococked.
Ecto jerked.
Coctoplasm.
Yeah. So tonight it represents 72 episodes of Awesome Talk. In less
70 deuce.
In less than a month, it will have been 3 years since we've started this. I want to thank everyone that was on this season, and I would attempt to name them all, but when I leave people out,
there was a nights here when it was packed, man.
So many people were on, and if you look through the season, if you look through the playlist, you could find so many great shows, so many great Skype-in guests, and people who are here live, and contributors, and just it was probably, in my opinion, the best season of Awesome Talk ever. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to all the new people who have been watching us lately, all the new followers we have on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. Please continue to do that. And please, if you're in the tri-state area, come see Ice in the Face at the Asbury Podcast Festival, July 10th. We're doing the 11 a.m. to 1:30 show at the Beer Garden. But I don't know what set they're giving us, but we're doing like a 20-minute set in there with some really great shows. So go to their website to get more. Go to awesometalktv.com, Awesome Talk TV all over the place. The lube fountain, you're going to have to...
It's implied.
It's implied. It's an implied lube fountain.
It's an existential lube fountain.
It's not nice to face without the lube fountain.
Yeah. It wouldn't be nice to face without lube.
Dip out.
Yeah. What else? Anything else?
Can I get that on a t-shirt?
What? Anything else?
No. Dip in, dip out.
Oh, dip in. Well, maybe if you're lucky.
I'm playing the Saint on July 1st.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Talk about your show.
I'm playing with Lou Monsanto from Status Green has a new band, the Morgan Freemasons. The backup band, the band he's playing with, the backup band, but the guy he's playing with used to be in English in the 40 Ounces. Remember that band?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so that's basically the band there. The Obvious opened the show. We go on second, Friday, July 1st. I don't know what the cover is, $10, $12, something like that.
Cool.
Anyway.
Your soul.
Chances are, though, if you know where the Saints at, you've already realized that a long time ago.
What else? Anything else? We're good to go?
We'll be back sometime in July.
We will be back at sometime in July. Stick with us all over Twitter and Facebook, as I said, and hit subscribe below and share shit and whatnot.
And also, if there's people watching that have an interest in any sort of artist or activist, just something interesting happening that you think would be cool for us to interview or whatever, then send us
yeah,
your way.
send some information.
So send a little video, a little phone camera clip of your demented, your aunt with dementia telling stories from the 1920s.
The good old days.
We want to see cool shit, and we want to share cool shit with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Given that's what this whole show is about, how it's just one big sharing love fest these days
on
the internet and in the world.
A sharing of cool shit.
Everyone's walking around with their phones on.
Yeah. And check out the hashtag Pattern Family on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, hey, I don't know what else to say for tonight.
Good night.
Just thank you to everybody. We'll be back this coming month. Go see Ice in the Face, blah, blah, blah. IceInTheFace.com. AwesomeTalk.com. 100 times AwesomeTalkTV.com. 100 days Ice in the Face. Ice in the Face 100 times.com. This has been Awesome Talk Season 6, Episode 12. Thank you all very much for drinking with us. Hey, everybody.
Try not to be bitches and don't kill any more gay people till we get back.
Yeah.
That's
don't
all.
Just kill, no. Just don't kill anybody because they're gay.
Yeah.
You know.
Branch out.
Try not to kill anybody. Number one. Number two, you got to kill somebody. Really make it random.
Yeah.
Make it random. No more mass killings till we get back.
That's it.
Okay. Adios.
Laters.